Probably, arguably, the greatest amount of ninjas in the world.
They're not good ninjas if you met them.
It took me a long time to find them, okay?
I love the in-between conversations that we catch on the very first line of stuff because I always unmute first and then shoot over to the thing, so it just caught just that last line. And then we started with the thing. Welcome.
Well,
we have
yourself.
0 technical issues.
Knock on wood, so real quickly.
Not superstitious. I'm efficient. Oh yeah, above table.
You should say, welcome to Above Table.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Welcome to Above Table.
Welcome to Above Table.
I am your Dungeon Master Sky. Before we get to player introductions, well, we'll do player introductions first. Knock it out. Then we'll talk about a different thing.
All right, cool. Hello, everybody. My name is Corinne, and I play the Warforged Monklina.
It's so succinct. You've got it down.
I just have that customer service voice, and
Mine's-
I hate it. I hate it.
Welcome to Lena.
Welcome. My name's Amy. I'm playing Ro. She's a Gloomstalker Ranger. Oh, I don't have a subclass in my rogue yet. She's also a rogue. We'll talk about it.
How does Rogue
She's a tabaxi. How does she sound? She sounds like this, kind of. She sounds something like this. She's going to fuck some shit up, I'm sure. It's going to be great.
Hello, my name is Dexter. I play Duke, the Echo Knight Fighter Hexblade Warlock. Shadarkai.
It's a mouthful.
See, I don't have as many words to say.
I need mine written down, like on a sticky note, so I can get it out.
Hello, this is Eric with the Windfall Technical Support, and I'm happy to help you. I, however, will be playing Armand of House Shuana, and I will be your enchanter, I will be your artificer, I will be your David Bowie vampire. Pleased to help you.
We appreciate your patronage.
Hello, my name is Katinka. Well, my character's name is Katinka.
My computer isn't working.
My computer's not working. Yeah, I'm Kaylee, and my character is a tiefling sorceress, and her last name is Inga Binga Borganana.
I hope that was as nice as I think it was.
Ominous.
Ominous.
That's a thing now.
All right. Before we get too far into things, we'll do a recap in a second. But Lena, you have a thing you wish to share with us.
Yes, I have a request from Valgan himself, who is not here.
Valgan himself. His last
Yes.
name is himself.
Exactly.
True facts.
Yeah, true.
Oh, that's right. We won't have a Valgan tonight, but we will have justice.
Will have justice. Okay. So first off, I've got belated Christmas gifts.
Oh,
That's for you.
that's for me.
Custom Lowe's wrapping paper.
Yep, custom.
One at a time.
Wait for it.
I needed a hat
Look at the thing.
It looks like it.
It is better than I thought.
You didn't even notice
I
the
was- I
ears until it
didn't-
was on your head.
I just thought it was the sequins and that was good, and this is.
So good.
Thank you, Valgan. It's so sexy. I love it.
One for Duke.
How exciting!
And one for DM.
Oh,
What is Duke's?
Put on your threads, fellas.
It says Sickleous Cage.
Amazing.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Should wear that over to the family next
Oh,
family vacation.
this one's super accurate though.
Daddy.
Yeah.
it's so good.
Also, Silas, aka Valgan, aka John, said there's more on the way, so wait for
So
it.
exciting.
Wait for it.
Yeah, wait.
I'm guessing an Armand and Katinka gift is what's being waited for. Yes.
Thrilling.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you, Silas. Yes.
Let's see, does this work
You
on
guys also
streaming?
have Christmas presents on the table already. You've seen them.
We do.
Yeah.
These are custom-made healing potion candles
love it.
made by yours truly. I used to sell candles. I no longer sell candles, but I made those because I still have stuff for it.
Oh, it smells so good.
And healing potions is an appropriate D&D gift.
I need this real bad. Thank you.
Well,
For my soul.
they're extra potent because
It's very good.
Oh yeah.
I still have
Smell
I still have a
like
bunch
candy.
of candle making supplies, and so normally when I was making them to sell them, I would try to balance it out to like use the least amount but still have the most effective product. But now that I don't really need this stuff, I made it the strongest I possibly could.
You just rival Yankee Candle.
Yeah, I just
It's
made it.
fine.
Yeah.
I went for the
Yeah.
best quality candle I could get. Didn't really care how much stuff I was using because I'm just going to use it up, and when I'm gone with it, I'm done. So.
Healing potion by Steamwix.
Steamwick.
A local healer.
Somewhere in the world, there is a commercial I made for Steamwix where I got a friend of mine because I used to have a candle called Unicorn Punk, and
You still do.
still do. Actually, there's one right there behind the burning candle. So I had a friend of mine who had this thing where he would just wear a unicorn onesie sometimes on stage. So there's all these pictures of him on stage in a unicorn onesie rocking out, and I'm like, hey man, I got a weird question for you. Would you like to be a spokesman for my candle company? And he's like, yeah, man. So I just went over to his house. We just put a camera on him in his unicorn onesie. He wore a cigar. He wore sunglasses, smoked a cigar, drank whiskey, and then just talked shit for like 20 minutes. And I pulled all the best clips out of it. It was pretty good. It was pretty amazing.
Excellent.
Ray is for sure not watching, but shout out to Ray. He's dope. All right, so let's do a little recap, shall we?
Yes, please.
Previously on Windfall, you all been dealing with a fucker named Melithor, and apparently he's started to hire assassins to get you specifically.
He's a right pile of
starting to run out of fingers within the Windfall hierarchy as you have systematically gone through and
Nicolas Cage.
as you have systematically gone through almost all the factions and eradicated some of the more advantageous inside people that he had, no longer has as much influence on the city directly. So now he's turning to mercenary groups and assassins to try to take you out, presumably to get the stones back, which has been a gigantic thorn in his side not having them, and has made several attempts to acquire them. He did the most recent thing was a whole bunch of assassins, part of a specific group, teleported into the middle of a meeting of all of the leadership of Windfall to try to pretty much take out all of the leadership of Windfall in one go.
Not today.
It was a little touch and go for a few members of the leadership, but ultimately they were thwarted, and no one died.
Yeah.
None of the leadership, none of the henchmen, nobody died, other than them, of course. You made a new recruit out of his name is escaping me.
Wilford Blackeye.
Right, Wilfred Blackeye. Taking him to the Shack of Memory, and assuming that Melithor was watching, Duke made a pretty grand statement to Melithor about threatening his existence, basically. Which basically pissed Melithor off more than anything, but according to Duke, it was a promise. You also interrogated a wizard, and then once you got all the information out of him you need, left it to Bahamut to decide his fate. Actually, Lethodox.
That's right.
Left it to Lethodox to decide his fate, and Lethodox crumpled him into a ball, and that was the end of that guy.
Yeah. That was gruesome.
I said I did forget about that guy.
Ro got a new bow,
Fuck yeah, she did.
making an unlikely friend from someone from the Forsaken District who happened to be there as a personal bodyguard for Iron Balls, the leader of the Forsaken District clans, tribes, and stuff that are there. After seeing you fight and seeing some of the things that you shadowily can do, she made a pretty significant leap of faith and decided to trust you with one of her family heirlooms that is supposedly, actually, she first had you test it out to confirm what she believed to be true, that it is uniquely attunable by those that are shadow touched, and can still be used as a regular bow, but the benefits of someone who's shadow touched is much better. She also alluded to a set of roommates that she has, namely the Ingeborga Vienananas.
Yes.
I can see a very confused mailman.
Right?
Where is this go to?
Where Katinka's grandmother and uncle live with her. Katinka asked Adrian if he knew that her grandmother was in town, and he did. And he apologized, but Katinka is now trying to figure out if that is a relationship she wishes to continue. They're both
The
dual-sided.
ears are on both sides.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
It is very good.
Oh, I wanted to say earlier,
Sorry.
we both know Melithor never had the stones to take us on.
Hey!
Sorry, that was a good pun.
Hey!
Excellent.
Lena set up surgery for the next day on
Yeah,
her chrome dome.
My impending lobotomy.
Yes,
It's
where
fine. I'll
Tolan
live.
advised her bring people along with, both for his protection and her comfort, in case something goes drastically wrong and you turn into a murder robot. According to Tolan.
Would be bad.
So you have that scheduled to go talk to Tolan and do that. Valgan also got a new shield. He communed with the stone of Lethodox, and it melded with his shield, and he now has a Dragon Heartstone imbued shield that does fun things.
So bitchin'.
Armand
Hello.
wanted to go shopping and pick up a few things.
I love shopping.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is you go through a couple of magic shops. There is one. Where is it?
I could see him skipping down the streets with like six, total shopping bags in his hands. For each side.
The 4 Warforged just behind you carrying more bags of your stuff.
And it goes right up to the window like,
One's holding a mirror
make
in
them
front
your
of you as you're walking.
Macklemore's downtown playing in like the background. Downtown.
Yes.
Yes. So you wander into a magic shop. You guys have been to the Magic Stone a few times, which is more of the apothecary type of thing. But there are a number of places where you can look for magic items, and you kind of scour the city a little bit. You find a place tucked away in one of the darker areas of Perseverance Plaza with a sign on the outside that just says Counterspell. Darkened windows, old ebony wood creates the outside of the exterior. And going in, you're greeted by a drow who comes, lords over the counter like,
Racist.
"What can I do for you?"
well, first off, tell me your lineage, and hopefully that don't go far the shades of the kingdoms of Shiona.
I have no direct association, if that's what you're implying.
Good, then we do not fight today. All right, so
No.
then I
I'm a merchant. I, of course, have business dealings within the dynasty as well as the empire.
All right, but as long as you don't have any interests in controlling the lands or those who do so, then I have no blood to shed today.
I'm not very political. This list you've provided me has got a few items on there. One in particular I can help you with now. 1 second.
Excellent. And I pull up the black credit card that's from the Blackbone family. I'm like, I think that yes, this should cover everything.
He's like, yes, this will do nicely. And he comes with a little tiny case, and he opens it up, and there's a wand inside.
All right. I inspect it.
This will do what you are looking for. Guaranteed without
Yes.
effort or spell slots required.
That'll be fantastic.
Good in a fight. I've used it myself on occasion.
Oh, so you're saying it's used?
Well,
Discount.
it is fully charged.
Okay, very good.
Like new.
It hasn't been used in some time. The magic
Certified.
inherently
Yeah,
restores itself on a daily
certified
basis.
I understand.
So yeah, you have a wand of magic missiles.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
What level?
That's a good question. I think it just whatever the does it have various levels?
Yeah, that'll change
Okay.
its rarity.
I got you.
No
A lot
worries.
of magic missiles doesn't have a rarity.
Which one do you
can
want?
cast them at certain levels.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the case there. But yeah, it would be whatever the first level is.
Or like charges. Like you can expend
Yeah.
a number of charges.
Yeah, I think that-
that'd be my guess.
I think it's a
Okay, okay.
rare. I think it's a rare item. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, it's first level, but you can expend more charges to extend the level.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, you should be able to find that in D&D Beyond if you want to do it that way.
Okay.
All the magic miss.
Now, as far as this other thing, the
Yeah, it's just.
heart you're looking for,
Yeah.
I don't have it, but it's exceedingly difficult to acquire. But I have many contacts.
All right.
I will put my word out and see if anyone I know happens to have one. Come back tomorrow and we'll talk again.
Sounds wonderful. I love a good heart.
I can tell. Any kind of. Cool. So you got that.
All right.
I'm a manual credit card swiper.
Yeah.
Quick above.
Yeah. Goes to run their credit card like, oh, there's a problem here. I'm sure this never happened. I'm not saying anything about that. But just let me try one more time.
Just quick above table for
There it
Armand.
goes. Yeah, we're okay. We're good.
For Armand is like a heart full of blood, kind of like a Capri Sun, like a juice box. You just
You have to have the straw, otherwise it gets all over the blouse.
All right. So,
All right.
had you guys already done a long rest?
Yeah.
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 Okay. So this was like
Before he
that
was-
next day, right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, secrets. Secrets.
No, I just have a habit of going when I start to talk.
Ooh, I called someone out. Like I mentioned that to someone towards the end of a date, and he was never. I think he was never the same. Oh no! I feel a little bad about it.
Oh no.
Like, still to this day, it's been a
Always
long time, and I was like,
devastated.
it was that.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like, but
I do it a lot, especially when I'm like,
Conversing.
well, yeah, when I'm giving information, like when I'm speaking, like especially public speaking or any kind of thing like that. I don't know. I make comma sounds.
Comma sounds. That's a good way to
Yeah,
describe
I don't do it super often, but it's like every other sentence, basically.
we could Toastmasters you, and one of us can be your counter, and we'll let you know
Oh
at
my God.
halftime. Be like,
No. And these
69 this time, Sky.
Nice.
Never go like that.
I say the word right so much.
So much,
We know.
right?
So much.
You good?
I'm good, yeah.
All right, so
So I got the wand.
you got the wand. What else? What does anyone else want to do before we move too much farther? Is there any
We're
morning
in
stuff?
town right now.
Yes, you're in town.
I don't even remember. I was looking for some. I remember wanting to buy a couple of things. I wrote it down at one point, but
You did. The same shopkeep told you where you can find the wand of the
rod of
the rod,
Okay.
as well as has an alchemy jug. A little too steep. for
Don't
it.
want the alchemy jug. The alchemy jug's
one that helps
out.
the
I gave
brain?
up on the alchemy jug.
Either way, offer to pay you 3,000 gold to make a delivery to Dwenfield.
Was that the?
Was this that guy?
Where where there is a another magic shop in town that currently has a rod that you're looking for.
I looked at things we didn't talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
Yes.
Ro wants little trinkety things, little small things, little fun things.
Okay.
We'll talk.
Well, is it out?
I don't know, man. I was working on it weeks ago.
All right, we'll talk. We'll talk.
I
then.
forgot this was a thing. I opened this and I was like, oh, Rabolus, that's nice. And then I also have like I don't know, candle of invocation open. I'm like, what is this? And I was like, oh, I was looking at all kinds of items and shit. Oh, man.
So overall,
I won't use any of them this
we have there's like one other thing that I'm going to adjudicate, but pretty much where we're at right now is where we're going to be for this session anyway. So, but give me those lists anyway, because it makes it easy for me to sprinkle stuff in places that make sense as well as shops, which is my preference regardless.
Excuse me, I wanted a cardboard box from Amazon. It was all in one shipment. I chose a different later date so that it would all be in one box. Okay.
Katinka, is there anything you want to do?
I do want to find my grandparents, but I don't know if this is
It was a great time to do that.
a great time.
Yeah. So you make your way to
Look at my way.
the Forsaken District, where, what's her name? Should probably have some of that info handy.
rude. That one family member, I don't know. Oh, while you're looking up silly thing, I think Rogue.
What's her name? The archer.
Oh, the
That's
one who gave me
I
the
forget.
bow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oi.
Oi, right.
I forgot.
It wasn't Sasha. It was. She had a name.
She definitely did.
Did I keep the character sheet? I don't
Sure
think so.
did.
I think I gave it back to you.
Probably.
sure did have a name.
Because it might have been like Sonia or something like that. Happy late birthday. Oh, this was from La Tyrannus. I kept this because that was so sweet. It was the note that came with this bitchin' tower. I use every game. I love it.
Represent.
What is this? No, I don't know what her name was.
Regina Ann.
Yeah.
Is that Regina Ann?
Fuck yeah, it is.
Hi, Regina.
What's up?
It's so good to see you on here.
I know. Thank you. It's so nice to see you. It was so cool hanging out with you for New Year's. Happy New Year's, everybody.
Happy
Yeah.
New Year!
I hope y'all had a bitchin' time.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Here you go. Sora.
Sora.
There we go. All right, so.
All right. Gosh, I use so many weird dice. D68. While you're
What
doing
was your
that,
grandma's name?
I think
damn it.
something Ro would be doing would be getting some
Nova. Okay, so that is
like targets together, like people-shaped targets, and placing them surreptitiously on like other rooftops around so that she can fuck around with her new bow and practice and see. Fuck around with that thing. Learn
Start
about it.
dragging hay bales up the sides of buildings with a
They
rope.
definitely she like paints bat faces on them and little like
Am I doing
dragon
this
faces
like outside
on
the
them.
windmill, like come.
I mean, she
somewhere?
could. She'd probably do it anywhere. She would like, fuck, just put them around.
So in like the larger open area of Perseverance Plaza, just like underneath like some of the cross bridges,
Absolutely.
and in some of the alleyways that are kind of dotted around as you walk around the market districts, there's just little targets here and there.
Above people's windows, like under their eaves, above their windows. You got to
And,
keep sharp. You have to practice. I want to play with this new thing and see how it works.
Yeah, and every time you hit one,
So sexy.
the arrow vanishes.
Yeah, because then it is so nice. If someone finds them, they're like, "What is this? What is this thing here? They don't know.
Exactly.
They don't know I'm practicing their death."
You've made a shooting gallery.
All right, Katinka. So you make your way to the Forsaken District. Do you want to bring anybody with you?
Definitely Valgan, right?
Yeah, right? Definitely. Come on,
Yeah, you
Valgan.
guys haven't seen Valgan for some
He's
reason.
super quiet today. I don't know what's
He's
going on.
Communing with his shield.
He's thinking about his life now that he crumpled a man into
Yeah,
non-existence.
he's having an existential crisis, probably.
I think it's great. I still keep spouting about it. Bahamut was so awesome. He crumpled someone to a ball. Let me tell you all
So you
about it.
take Armand with you?
Your decision, no pressure.
I'm actually thinking I might go alone in this one because I have not
That's cool.
shared a lot about my background with people.
Cool.
So
you
yeah.
sneak off.
Hey, you can take any chances or I'll forget.
You sneak off on your own and weave your way through the Forsaken District, heading to Sora's residence, which is the address she gave you.
Adrian gave me.
No,
Oh, Sora, that's
gave
right.
you directly.
Yeah.
You knock on the door, and Sora answers. Ah. Oi. Oi. Oi.
Oi.
So cockney.
Come on in.
Okay.
Take your shoes off, though.
Oh, okay. I don't have any shoes on. I don't wear shoes.
You don't wear shoes. Just barefooted everywhere.
Yeah.
Dope.
Do you have like cloven feet? What are your feet? What's your feet situation?
I'm figuring kind
Normal.
of human.
I think they are. I think they are.
But with
cloven feet.
purple.
They can be. It's
They
on
can-
the. It's
they
on the
can
table.
be.
You could
Oh.
have them
That's interesting.
if you wanted.
No, they're human.
Just barefoot.
Just barefoot.
She got hobbit. Got hobbit action.
I'm assuming you're not here to see me. Oh, hold on. Sedova, you got visitors. And
Right.
from the back, you see a set of stairs, and you hear creaking across the floor above you. And coming down the stairs, down through the hallway, coming to the moderate entry room, your grandmother. Sedova Ingeborga Vinanana. And followed closely behind is a man you've never seen before, about your grandmother's age. Looks to be her husband, but not your grandfather. And your uncle, Yorkin. 1 second, I gotta get where my notes are.
Happy New Year.
I'm so bad at keeping track of where I'm supposed to be.
It's
Your
been-
grandmother approaches. Ah, there you are, right on time.
Katinka's like just heart drops and eyes starting to swell. And we're just like, okay.
She pulls out a watch. Actually, you're 5 seconds early. Good for you. Also, don't be too hard on Adrian. I told him not to tell you. Had to be exactly the right timing to make everything in balance.
Okay.
Maybe you're starting to understand. She looks at your eyes, and you see back gears in the pupils turning as she analyzes you. Well, I guess we should get the emotional things out of the way first. When the Burning Hand ordered us to leave our homes, we knew this would be a change in trajectory of things to come forever. I fully trust Lendis to lend us insight into this balance of eternity. Though I don't know everything, I knew the exact moment I was to see you again and give you this. She takes the necklace off. She opens the top, pours out what looks to be very old blood. Oh, wow. Give me your finger. Pulls out a dagger that's stashed right here. Leads you into the thing. There you are. Put that on. You're also going to need this. It's going to help you keep balance.
Funny because I did cut my finger today.
I should have grabbed that one. Actually
right?
bled into something. More realism. This game is so immersive. More realism.
Fuck around.
We are professionals.
Open it.
We're so hardcore.
Method actors.
It's a watch.
Yeah.
ASMR.
Oh gosh. And there's dice.
Oh, get the
Aww. Cute.
They're,
They're
so
so-
cool.
They're tiny
I've been
dice.
waiting since my birthday to use these.
Yeah.
They're like it's so clockwork.
They're so
too.
teeny.
Katinka, you are starting to see where we come from and what we're about. You've inherited from me the need for balance and awareness. Moments of your life have been orchestrated for this particular moment, and you may stand, and though I don't know your entire situation, at the precipice of a fork in the road. Trajectory may be in front of you that you have the power to change. I will be here to guide you if you ever need advice. It is good to see you, by the way. I don't seem to come off cold, but so much of bringing balance is about being matter of fact about what's to come, knowing what you can change and knowing what you can't. And I could not change seeing you earlier. I apologize for that. But we're here now. And the other man standing beside her, who's got a name? Hold on a second. This is Petro, by the way.
Okay.
Is this your granddaughter you've told me so much about? She's amazing looking. She's so beautiful. She looks like you. This is all the door. You're a very lucky woman to have such beautiful granddaughter. You're amazing. This is great. You're a fighter. You're a sorcerer. What are you? Did you
I
have
am
you
a sorceress.
put people up, huh?
Yes, I cover my boobs a little bit.
Your grandmother Sedona Sedova is like, yes, this is Petro. He's very excited about all kinds of things.
He's very nice.
And of course, you remember your uncle.
Hello, Uncle.
Hello, Katinka. It is good to see you. It is good to see you in one piece. It's been a okay road for us. Windfall has many opportunities, and I've found good work here. And taking care of your grandmother has been it's been good too. Our roommate here, Sora, is a gracious host, had plenty of room, and welcomed us in with open arms as fellow refugees. So it has been kismet.
I'm happy you all are here. It's really good to see you.
It's good to see you too. Sedova. There's many things about where we come from that you're probably not aware of. Perhaps you've noticed difficulty controlling some of your abilities at times. Or finding new abilities that you didn't know you had as your power grows.
That has been a thing. I've even had some gears come out of my fingers sometimes.
That is a weird one, for sure.
There's also another thing. Never mind.
Oh, you're talking about the boob thing. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my-
a family thing.
Is it really?
It goes back many generations. You know, my grandmother shot shit out of her boobs.
Yuck.
Her grandmother shot shit out of her boobs.
Did my mom?
No, it skips generations.
Okay.
The tiefling part, that skips more generations as you look at your grandmother's not a tiefling.
Yeah.
It was a surprise, but not terribly super surprising. But you are the first to bear such physicalities in quite a few generations. You are lucky. Especially with the purple, it's very unique.
Thanks.
Yeah. Your great-great-grandmother shot acid out of her boobs.
Holy
It was terrible.
That's awful.
It was very acidy kind of.
Oh. That's a lot
Skizzle,
of
skizzle.
I
cleanup.
remember it being, it was very, very bad.
I'm glad I got fire.
Fire is better than some things. I get cold, which is not great for nipples.
My mind just like, oh,
Grandma!
Petra's like, he's not all bad. Yorkin is like, anything else you want to say to your grandmother?
I say, oh, I think it's quite loud for the mic. Thank you, Grandma.
You're welcome. And come by sometime for tea, huh? I'm here. You're here. We can reconnect a little bit and catch up on some lost time.
I would like that.
Great. Also, sorry for my forwardness. It's just part of who I am.
That's okay.
It is good to see you.
It's good to see you.
I am not emotionless. And I am very proud of you.
I go to hug.
She hugs you back.
I take the watch.
Check it sometimes. It doesn't always tell you what to do, but it can help guide you at times.
Okay.
It has guided me. Guided me to this moment.
Oh,
Does she like do divination shit? She's like,
All right, so you spend a little bit more time hanging out with your grandmother and slowly make your way back. Anyone else want to do anything before we do surgery?
Well, I have a question. When you guys hugged, did fire sparks come out? I mean,
We'll cancel each other out, so just water comes out. Steam.
Make a sauna.
Oh my god, that's great.
Yes.
I think.
She breastfeed.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god. Oh, great.
No.
Ow. Snow
As a
cones.
resident expert of Bahamut.
I did that as a poke at John, so hopefully he's still up and reading it.
Elbows.
So, oh, sorry.
It was me. I
One of these-
was shaking around.
One of these days, I'm gonna get a solid table that won't matter. You guys can like fucking jump on top of.
Why don't you just do what my mom does? If she has a fork, she'll stab you at the elbow.
I wouldn't care other than the cameras.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Duke. I don't know. I think Duke spends time in like quiet contemplation. Probably. I don't know. He probably goes back to the shack and like I don't know, meditates or something.
One of the worker droids walks by. Do you need anything? Sorry, was I interrupting you? I didn't realize.
It's okay.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just put some tea over here. Goes back, and a few minutes later, some tea quietly appears in a corner table in the room that you're in.
Why don't you come over here?
Stepped on the paper. So like yeah, I don't know what like Duke would get up to.
Oh no! That's him. We have a catastrophe.
I know better than
Catastrophe.
Oh, you just need to take a picture. I think it's still on here. Why don't you come
It was so good. He was armpit deep in the
that wasn't very comfortable.
It's hard to get to the night cam
privacy
fast.
screen.
We had catwalk on all of that.
We had a cat walk on.
I get the
Here he
feeling he's
goes.
gonna do it again. Oh,
He's coming back.
He's like, but that is fun. There's a big white thing right there.
I could lay on it, Mom. What's wrong?
this is clearly important to you. I'm gonna crush it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Duke goes to like I think one of the things that I said I was going to do before is like Duke goes to the Forsaken District. I think, and like
Oh, yeah, helps out where he can.
yeah, and I think he like yeah, like I don't know if there's like shit that he can do down there or whatever, but
There's
like,
a preparation work that they have going. There's first of all, you get as you show up, you see a gigantic fire pit. We're talking like 40 feet across fire pit.
okay,
There's rotisseries lining the outside edge all around it.
all right,
For large beasts. And you go offer your help to some people that are like chopping and moving wood for an upcoming fire in that pit. And you spend a couple hours just chopping wood and setting stuff up,
Yeah.
hauling out old ashes, clearing some of the rotisseries of old carcass, cleaning them up, getting them ready for a new feast.
yeah, I do that. I try and do that like as like inconspicuously as possible. Like so, I'm probably like when I'm out with like I'm not wearing like really conspicuous
Yeah.
armor that like marks me as like whatever people call the like Sunless Skies.
Yeah.
Right.
So you leave your withering shadow armor at home.
Yeah. Right.
You're just like, I'm just a normal person. May I lightly help?
Yeah, can I? I'm just a normal guy. Yeah, no. So Duke goes and does that, and he tries to be like one of the lay folk of the Forsaken District and help them.
So as you kind of work for a couple hours, you sort of end up side by side a half-orc gentleman who's helping you move wood, lining stuff up for you to chop, and then moving it off. After a bit, like, so what tribes you come from?
honestly, I was mostly just pretty lost before I got to Windfall. I don't really have a tribe. So.
Yeah, well, Forsaken is open to everyone, whether they've got a tribe or not. Just thought maybe you were part of the original refugee group. You have the look of it.
Yeah, no. How about you? What's your story, man?
Oh, I'm Gorok. I came from one of the Orcish tribes east of Shiona. Family used to work for the vampires there on some of the fields there, but obviously we had to leave.
Yeah, I heard those guys are kind of pricks.
Well, they were till they all got killed. Personally, I don't like Chareth, and I definitely don't like forced situations like that. But I mean, Dynasty had to do what they had to do. They had to unify, right? And they didn't want to do it, so they honestly weren't the best employers either, to be honest with you. So anyway, more wood.
Yeah.
Continues chopping with you.
I had one last thing, not for my scene, but to help out someone else's scene.
Sure.
I want to go to the surgery side, introduce myself as Armand, as a companion of Lena, and
Okay.
I also happen to have a little bit of expertise in artificing. And in fact, I mentioned that I recovered four defunct warforged to bring them back, and I would like just to offer my assistance.
Sure. Let's get to that when we start that part.
But I wanted to buy a whole cool surgeon outfit that's mostly black, and the surgeon mask it has painted on fangs and everything. So yeah.
Great. So yeah, you can walk in looking like that for sure.
All right.
All right. So I think that brings us to Lena.
Respect.
Is there anything you want to do before going to Tolan?
Yeah, so anticipating this, very intense situation, and having discussed a little bit with Tolan, like, sort of what to possibly expect, Lena's incredibly nervous, probably the most nervous she's ever been. Like, she is shaking while trying to, like, punch through some cinder blocks that she normally has no problem with when she's training, but now she's like scuffing her knuckles and like just kind of at some point just throws her hands up in the air and walks away and just kind of sits, to the side of the yard out front of the chateau and just kind of takes a deep breath, straightens her clothes, and kind of in a full sprint after nodding her head clearly just heads towards Tolan's place.
All right. Who are you bringing with you?
I think she probably would have told everyone, like, in anticipation. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, be there if you want or not.
All right. So who's going to be there?
Ro would totally be there.
I want to be
This is very exciting.
I'm in the operating room.
Yeah, Armand's already there.
So you all arrive and
Doctor.
Yeah.
so as you get there, you're mid conversation with Tolan, and Tolan's like, "Well, it's a little more delicate than what kind of artifice have you practiced?"
Oh, mostly in sabotage, espionage, like how to like break into a well-established city, police, like betray your friends, sort of, artificer. But now, yes.
I don't want to be rude,
Yes.
but that's if in the terms of artifice, if I got a good solid cut on my arm and I needed someone to stitch it, I'd probably come to you and be like, totally fine. If I needed heart surgery, it might not come to you.
Oh, absolutely. You're the skilled profession.
All right, just wanted to make sure you didn't.
I'm just the assistant, and yes, and I want to be able to provide tools and also whatever you may need.
Assistance I could use, as long as you are aware. Don't touch anything I don't tell you to touch, because you could fuck up your friend.
Oh no, I had no.
I know you're smart enough to know that, but that's when we know the rules here. All right, well, y'all here, You've got quite a few friends.
I'm assuming this conversation like happened in the back, and I just walk in the front and like walk in like, hey.
Or you fuck up your friend.
Blinking red button.
While they're walking in,
So
Ro's gonna be like, she's gonna hold some ball bearings and some of her like poppet explosives. Like, Lena, we could like stick these in like the back so when they open them, they kind of fall out, and some of them go ding 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 and go pop pop pop. I mean, if you want, I feel like it would really like spice up the whole thing. A little adrenaline, make them a little sharper. What do you think?
Tell you what, not in my brain. Love the enthusiasm though. Maybe I can hollow out one of my fingers and put it in there. Then I can like screw the tip off and like fling them at people.
Ooh, put it in your middle finger.
Yeah.
That is very exciting.
It's like,
All right,
like
next time we've prepped for.
I get a finger gun maybe from Tolan later.
Wouldn't it be just more useful to have like a screwdriver or something?
It's not my thing.
Less fun.
The key from Fifth Element.
Oh my god, yeah.
Multi-pass. All right.
Excellent.
So Tolan's like, all right, well, this is going to be very strange for you. But you have some friends here that may be able to help you out. I don't know how to put it in what you would normally experience terms, but a being such as Lena has several layers to her existence, and the one that she would you call consciousness is only one of them. You could call these sort of subconscious realms that are buried within the sort of data storage portion of what Lena is. So that's why this can be a little bit dicey, because we don't want to fuck up what she is right now, and I'm assuming you don't want to be fucked up with what you are right now.
I'd like to remember something of myself at least.
So I'm going to be very honest. I will pull the plug the second anything seems like it's going wrong, okay? However,
please
at
don't use that phrase.
At certain points, it will be very damaging to instantly pull the plug. So we'll have to ease out a little bit. And with that said, if anyone is personally willing to help Lena, I have 2 interfaces to help you see what's going on in her subconsciousnesses.
I mean, I wouldn't mind watching. That seems kind of interesting. And
It'd
I
be more
probably
than
can't-
watching. You would be intrinsically experiencing it. It is, your reality would be inside Lena for a temporary amount of time.
What kind of skill would that require? Like, I don't know.
You would be yourself, so whatever skills you brought to it, you would be able to sort of help influence some things. You'd be able to talk to Lena in those circumstances, though Lena may not always understand what you're saying and may not at certain times know who you are.
I don't know, Lena, who would be the most comforting for you? Little voice in your head.
You said
such a bunch of
2?
fucks.
This
Two
is a
people
good-
can come with you.
Where's Valgan when you need him? It's like the only comforting person. I don't know, you're pretty comforting.
All right. Out of all of you, if 2 of you can answer this question, you can be the ones to come with. Who did Lena try to initially save before she got wrapped up in the Jupiter Elite?
It was your
What's their name?
Oh, Menagerie. I know what it is, but Ro does not.
Well, I met you afterwards, so that's. I don't think I would be able to
man.
participate in that.
Good roll for it.
Do we
well,
have
I
to roll
rolled
for it?
17. Was it Jillian?
12.
I think we were the only 2 who were there.
Yeah,
name?
so it's just you 2.
Yeah. Well, you might have been there, but I probably had talked about the experience
There.
while we were all together, so it's.
There's been some role playing and talk about it since
It's
several.
a stew guy, right?
Yeah, it was the guy that got put in this too.
Thanks. Thanks for that.
That was above table. Ro rolled a natural 1 to remember.
I don't have it in my notes.
Amazing.
That I mean I don't know. Duke's fairly crass. That's 100%. Hey, every person in that building paid.
I'm not very good at riddles. I don't know. It took me a long time to figure out that fish one.
Well, with above table with a 17, would Duke remember?
It's up to you.
It's your choice.
I mean, I think like if like a standard roll for it, then yeah, 17 would probably give you a much better idea of what that person's name was.
Was it Jillian?
Julian, yeah.
Julian. Okay. That was very close. That was
All
very
right.
close.
I will definitely say this is that we have all traveled together, fought together, almost died together, and you know the best of our abilities and how this journey is to help you. So if my best skill sets is here with the doctor to try to at least assist him, I am all for that. So it's more or less, darling, on what you would, this is your mission.
I will say Armand would benefit me here in smaller ways,
Yeah.
just handing me things and stuff like that. And
Well, I
wiping
trust.
my brow.
I do trust a lot of you. So, Duke, pick one person to go with you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, freaking crap.
I mean, I'm sure Valgan would volunteer if he was here, but Bahamut has other need of him, I suppose.
Oh, man.
We have a very fierce bingo game today.
You know, I can see things really well. I have a passive perception of 18, whatever that means. Bad naughty boy! Oh, naughty boy, get down!
One
Barking
moment.
at his forever.
There's a cat on another counter trying to eat a food plate.
One moment.
Above table, Rose got sleight of hand and a really high passive perception. That's what she would bring to this. She's also got
I will
explosive
say above table
habits.
also, all kinds of people's skills will be beneficial
Yeah.
in this situation.
So,
I'm very sneaky.
I mean, I feel like I've
someone
chosen
with a high
one,
charisma
even
score.
though I trust all of you. So, I'll leave it to you to pick your partner.
Oh, jeepers. Oh, freaking crap.
You got the sneakies and you got the socials. What are you gonna do?
Rose just I want to look at her brain.
Are you gonna stab me if I don't pick you? Okay, then I pick Ro.
Are you sure Ro will stab you?
You're gonna
If I don't pick them, I'm concerned that I
Might
will
be
get
either
stabbed.
way.
I'm so excited.
She comes up with precious gems that are all memories.
All right, so while
She pulls out
Armand,
her thieves' tools.
while Armand is helping me
Whoa.
with the actual surgery parts, Katinka, if you don't mind monitoring their health levels. So if they start to cough up blood or anything, just let me know. All right, so you sit in
Okay.
these two chairs over here.
What?
And all right, Lena, hop up on the table and let's start going here.
In the
Fucking worth it.
chair or whatever, right? I look at Katinka and I'm like,
Yeah, we take care of Ro first. All right, take care of Ro first.
and I sit in the thing and I'm like,
Ro first. Sit in the thing.
So these two sort of like brass helmets get put on you that cover your ears, and like two blue crystal gems get suspended on little hinges in front of your eyes. And as he throws a switch, these kind of glow blue, and you don't hear anything, you don't see anything, you don't feel anything. You're in sort of a void. There's dark ground, endless black, but you see each other within this holding space.
as he like puts the thing on and as the thing starts to happen or whatever, right? Like right before we like go, I'm like, oh,
This is vaguely familiar.
So I guess like Lena's just laid out on the exam table looking at them getting set up, and I'm like, that's fucking cool, you guys.
All right, Lena, this is where you're going to jump in there with them, all right? Are you ready?
As I'll ever be.
And he takes a screwdriver, reaches into your chest cavity, has several long tubes he's attached to different parts of your innards, some of which go to where the same kind of apparatus and arcana machinery that they are hooked up to. And he dips his screwdriver in, and then you guys watch Lena just appear in front of you.
Alina! Look how cool
Like
this
real
is.
Lena just slumps on the table.
Meanwhile, over here, we're looking at an 8-bit monitor or something.
I'm like eyeing in on them, making sure their noses aren't bleeding for any reason.
This is going to be bitchin'.
Intensely watching them.
You say so.
Do we are
I hand you 2 syringes. This is when if they start bleeding, if their heart stops, just stab them in the
Oh
heart
my
with this.
god! I'm not trusting this.
so our physical bodies are just like catatonic.
Catatonic. Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are you are mentally transported into Lena's body. You guys, Tolan is like, all right, and he's asking you for various tools as he's hooking up different things.
We've been transported into Lena's
17 for
positronic
crafting,
matrix.
tinkering.
All right, yeah, no problems at all. You're not slowing him down. As a matter of fact, you're helping him kind of like keep track of
I
stuff.
do get excited. I want to use the big double force sight that like splits open. They like, no.
He then asks you for a specific, small little.
All right.
It's on the set of like grips. It's already kind of attached to it, and it's this tiny, tiny, razor-thin piece of crystal. Carefully hand that to me, as he's got another tool that he's holding.
Okay. And do I roll for you or do
Yep. Same roll.
12 plus the prof and the int. That's 19.
No problem at all. So you don't breathe too terribly hard. Katinka, keep an eye.
Okay.
This is where we're going to bridge the different parts of Lena's mind. The first one. And it will be up to Lena to strengthen this bond, as it is paper thin, but it could explode if I don't do this correctly. And I
Time and
don't
date. I'm working on the
do this
chalkboard. Time and date.
in small increments.
Amazing.
Here we go. And like a little tiny spark comes off of the thing as the tiny, tiny little hair-thin piece of crystal gets wedged into a small space in between some of the crystals that are make up the interior of Lena's brain, I guess you could say. And you see like a section of crystal that was sort of dormant and unlit begins to light and have more activity. You guys see rushing towards you a volcano, and it's coming at like insane speed, and it's getting closer, it's getting closer, it's getting
So
closer.
what I do is I like I instinctively like push them out of the way,
And
like behind me.
it goes past you, and then you're on the other side of it. As you go through the thing, you see pillars of magma, and you go through them and you react. You don't feel any heat or any damage, and then you emerge the other side and you're in a monastery.
Whoa.
You are dressed as beginner warrior monks.
Oh.
You see Lena standing in a training ring opposite a dragonborn.
I'm whooping ass.
Kick his ass, Lena.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
Are you?
I see you brought friends.
Yep.
Very well. I'll take you all on.
Let's
Everyone roll
go.
initiative.
Yeah.
Now for this,
that's
you don't
fine.
have your weapons?
I was wondering if that
No weapons. You can use spells if you want to, but this is a sparring situation. It is not a life or death situation. So do what you want with that.
Excellent.
Fine.
Excellent. Oh, I'm so
I love
excited.
this so much.
I was hoping it was more like inner space or something where they're all in like a little vehicle piling.
Little like bumper cars.
Oh, the first thing that happens is when he says, "Let's go."
Oh, roll initiative.
You see two more of him separate out from himself, and each take look at you one on one.
Oh, that's cheating.
Question
Above table.
above table. Yeah, on Talons of Thought, it says bound return. As a bonus action, you may recall the trident. It vanishes from its current location and materializes in your hand no matter the distance or plane it is on.
Instinctually, you try to go for it, but it does not appear.
No matter the plane it is on.
You're not really here. You're still where you go. What you guys see is you see Talons of Thought appear like in his hand. Comes like a few inches from Katina's face.
I hand her the purple needle. Sedate him! Sedation! Get him the anesthesia.
Hey, they might be doing something fairly intense there. Looks like. Let's just go ahead and take that from him. Let's put it over here. Hopefully he doesn't try that again. Just keep your distance.
Actually, can I cast calm emotions or some kind of like sedation thing to get him to chillax?
Oh no.
You could try calm emotions.
I don't
That'll
know if
be
this is good. Armand, I don't know if this is a good idea. I think he only said to do something if they're bleeding.
Well, he's gonna. If he brings that again, he may swing and hit you, and maybe
As you start to kind of like flip through your book, Tolan's like, give it a second, give them a chance to work it through here. We've got the most important thing is that Lena strengthens these bonds from the inside, or she'll not remember it when she gets back out, and the crystal will shatter. It's got to be thicker and permanent, and that's what they're experiencing right now.
If he starts attacking people, I'm gonna definitely have to calm him.
Initiative.
23.
Ooh, auspicious.
19.
Also respectable.
13. His balls.
Probably.
What do they call it? When the rotisseries.
Yeah, you did 10.
Are unarmed strike, theirs are not considered weapon attacks, right?
No, and damage is
Interesting.
your strength modifier.
If you say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lena, you go first.
Awesome. So I think at this point, seeing the fact that like my opponent has clearly made some form of doppelganger to deal with Duke and Roe, I'm just going to be like 2 seconds, then rush him. And I'm going to basically just kind of take a step of the wind. I'm going to spend a key point, and I'm going to just straight up dash him as quickly as possible and like start throwing elbows.
All right, roll those hits.
Okay. So
Are they within 15 feet of each other?
Yes.
okay. So do the first attack. 21 to hit.
Hits. However, one of his mirror images dissipates in a pile of mist.
Damn it, you keep doing that, and I bet you're gonna keep doing that, aren't you?
These are things you can learn in time too. As the other two echo the what did it say?
The Matrix
Okay.
situation.
You still have another attack.
Yep.
And you have lots of movement.
Another 21.
Oh, this is going so. I'm so excited. Fucking up, Lena.
Roll damage. You hit him.
Okay. Yes. Let's see here. Wait, so above table, I probably wouldn't have the same exact weapons that I do
No, this
now.
is unarmed, so not with your.
So I wouldn't get that. I would just
It
get.
would just be the bonus, and it would be your strength modifier because you're actually I figure because you're monk, you have dex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So in that case, if I'm just doing unarmed strike, that's 6 plus 4. Oh, that did not work. There we go. That's a pitiful amount. 9 damage.
Still pretty good.
Just.
You fuck him up, Lena's so excited.
So yeah, so you like put a palm onto his chest, and he goes, "Good." As you recoil from that, and you see that you kind of hurt him pretty good, he's like, "You know, Lena, I've never seen one of your kind so robust with self-healing ability. I kind of wish I had some of that now." Anyone else found in your condition we found you at the bottom of that ravine wouldn't have made it. And he looks at the other two of you. Duke, you're up.
All right. Duke's gonna kind of look at himself, and he's clad in like monk robes.
Fascinating. This is the first I will ask of you. What is your name?
He looks at you
Mardil.
and he kind of bows with respect.
I am Delthavos, Duke of the Forgotten Court.
Pleasure.
And I try to summon Shuk.
Doesn't happen.
Do we see Shuk on this side?
We don't
Yeah.
see anything.
No,
Oh, I gotcha. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
And I'm looking over at the other
You
doctor.
hear in your head like,
Sorry, man. I don't think that's gonna work right now. Yeah, okay.
Like, back away from the table.
and he's like,
Does that take my bonus action?
no, I'll let you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
You tried.
I tried. All right. Well, I run up to the guy.
All right, make 2 strikes.
And I. Is there a way I can run around so I'm flanking him with Lena?
She's a. Oh, that's a good point. See which one she ran up to. She ran up to the one with Ro. So you've got your own guy in front of you because he split himself up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will attempt to attack him. First one is a 12 to hit.
12 misses.
Second one is a dirty 20.
That just hits.
At which point I do him 5 bludgeoning damage.
5 bludgeoning damage.
AC's
So you elbow him kind of in the side as he. Actually, first I gotta roll. Yep, you do hit him. He's like, your friends are pretty good at this. Ro.
Interesting enough, all of like Ro's cool shit is most of it is on weapon attacks. Sneak attack is weapon. Hunter's mark is
All right,
This is
weapon.
everybody claws.
They're not weapons, I don't think.
They might be natural weapons.
There now.
Says attack type unarmed strike. It's an unarmed strike, but it does do a D6 bitches.
Yeah, your claws.
All right, Ro's going
More
to.
than my,
You could
my
just
side.
meow meow.
How dare you? How dare you?
All right. Gosh, because yeah, Zephyr Strike is weapon. That's all right. Favored foe is not. So Ro's going to flash her claws out. Sing. I haven't gotten to go hand to hand in a really long time. And she's going to go up and she wants to be flanking to get advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she'll mark him as her favored foe. Because that is not weapon, it is just when you deal. She has to hit first, just to hit first to do that, which is not great, but she's going to try very hard. Are both attacks with it, or she's going to slice him twice with her claws?
Yep.
Those both miss. But she's almost always going to miss. Those also both miss.
So you kind of.
Because I only have a +2, which I guess an AC of 20.
Wait, do your claws count as finesse weapons?
That's what I was
They do not. No, it is an unarmed strike. It is an unarmed strike. Yeah, unarmed strike,
is a-
damage, slashing. I use
You
strength.
should get proficiency. Well, no, I guess.
I don't
Should
know.
be higher than 2 for a plus on.
It says hit DC +2,
All right.
but I don't know why.
She's not trained in
Ranger
unarmed
stuff.
strike.
Is your strength a negative score?
It's so if I hit, it's 1d6
Yeah.
minus
Yeah,
1.
That's fine.
1d6
All
minus
right.
1.
I was like 2 seems a little low, but if you have a minus to strength, that
Yeah.
checks.
All right, so I swing at them twice. That does not work, so she will use a bonus action to disengage
All right.
and fucking dart away 35 feet.
All right. So yeah, you back up
No,
like.
fuck! And she's gonna like
you,
roll back. She's just gonna like do a
You see
roll
Mardil,
dodge.
you kind of,
Just
as Lena walks up and hits him in the chest, he readjusts
Hexblade comes
and
to him, too.
puts his arms behind his back. And you come up behind him, and Lena, you see a flurry of cat claws come out, and him just kind of dodging out of the way. You see, what your friends have failed to see is rage isn't always what it's cracked up to be. Sometimes speed is what's needed. Allow me to demonstrate.
Bad guy's turn.
Do we have any of our inventory at all? Probably not.
28 to hit.
Hits.
15 to hit. No, sorry. 17 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. Oh, that was almost a natural 20. That second one's a miss. You take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Then he's going to action surge.
Oh dear.
You can only do that so many
Start.
times.
25.
Hits.
Ooh.
19.
Meets.
28.
Hits.
Flurry of blows.
Wait,
Natural 20.
that 19 that meets, don't defenders win ties?
Nope. Meter beat.
No,
Oh.
meter beat.
Okay.
Natural 20 on the first flurry of blows. And this one, I think, doesn't hit. It's a 17.
Okay.
All right, so you take 28 points of damage as he on Lena. You guys watch from outside. A little bit of like oil start to leak out of Lena's body.
Oh shit! Oh shit! He said oil.
Tolan's like, all right, well, seems like something's happening in there. But I do see the crystal strengthening, which is what we want. So let's wait for it. It doesn't look like it's life-threatening yet. Let's keep going.
Okay.
I get out a long like forcep that has like a little tissue on it, like, beep, beep, like just kind of like absorbing the oil.
Cast Cure Wounds if you want.
Okay.
As you're
I do have that actually.
assisting in keeping Lena's blood inside her body.
Let's see, what is that? 8 plus modifier, 13 hit points.
13 hit points back to you.
So, above table, while I'm in this self-mindscape, I don't know that he's healing me from the outside, so do I just get, like, rejuvenated, like,
Yeah,
like,
something about being beat to hell makes you feel really good for a second.
sweet.
We're losing her! Quickly, give me a battery!
Battery.
You see, Lena, channeling your energy into instances of forward motion with all your being allows you to extend your blows and have them take up less time.
Good to know.
He pulls his hand up. He's like, puts his hand to his chest where he got wrecked a second ago. Good training session. The other Mardil walks back into him. Pleasure to meet you all. Don't recall you, but you're with Lena. You're with us. Lena, you pass.
Damn right. After all this, I better have. I
Might have
worked
broken
hard
the
for
rib.
this.
If a broken rib doesn't allow you to pass it, I don't know what will. You still have much to learn, but we all do.
I expected as much.
Soon, the Eyes of Black will have more respect. And, the Dragon Reborn will be the only name that matters around here. Wish you luck.
I appreciate it. And
And,
I'll carry it with me.
The volcano, the training ground perched at the edge of a volcano that you were at, disappears from view.
And what was this guy's name?
Mardil.
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 So I want to ask him. So clearly, the spells we cast are able to help her, such as heal her if she gets hurt within this mindscape. Yes.
Well, so the thing is if they incur some sort of damage there, then it could translate to here. So if it does, then you're able to like assist them a little bit over here. If you're asking if you can buff them in there, it's sort of touchy because it's not really them, but they think it's really them. So when they do things in there, it can have an effect out here, but not as much the other way around, if that makes sense.
I do have an idea on that note if you're, well, willing to accept this. You ready to assist us, Dr. Katinka?
I honestly think maybe we should just wait it out.
Okay, but just in case, if things get really bad, I pull out some jumper cables, and I'm like, just click these into the your
God.
and then you cast haste,
don't feel
and it will work.
Oh my god.
We'll channel your power through your, and then boom!
Above table.
That's
Please do that. Let them do that.
Real quick. What was the name of that volcano?
That was
Kiostrix. It wasn't said before, but that's what
Dude.
it's
Well, no, it's the
called. The
volcano.
volcano of death.
Yeah. That's what I do. It's like volcano.
The mountain of death.
The mountain of death, right? Yeah, but it's the one the
It's
one
in
guy
within the
falls.
dying lands. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we need to, I can fly a kite.
A lot of
or a lightning storm,
Dragonborn
we'll just
colonies
get electricity.
made their homes around that volcano.
You guys hook up some fiber optics.
Yeah, 'cause I've looked into that religion before.
Yeah.
Yeah. The plot thickens, Lena. The plot thickens.
The dragon may
Like
born.
Nicolas Cage.
The plot thickens. Which, by the way, this is a fun fact. I don't know if John knew this, but I have been to, I forget what it's called when they're not in it yet, but I have been to the plot where Nicolas Cage's body will be laid to rest once it has perished. Yeah. His like future gravesite. I have seen
Maybe
it.
it's coming sooner than you think.
It's a white like pyramid with like a gold top. It's
Dude.
It's in New Orleans.
He's trying to be sneaky.
It's cool.
Map cam.
Oh, yeah.
Cat.
Quicker this time.
cam.
Cat cam.
Cat cam.
Hey, I was quicker this time.
Nice. Good job.
Yeah, because you know he's yeah.
Oh no.
Destroy.
Poor baby.
Yeah, did
Oh no.
Poor baby.
Old man, come here.
Oh dear. Oh
Oh, come here,
I
buddy.
tried.
I know we're laughing. I feel sad for him.
I tried.
Oh, buddy.
I just want to be loved.
no. DD, quit stepping on it.
He likes it.
Might need
Come here.
I'm sure whatever you
Small.
have under there is gonna be fine.
technical issues.
It's fine. He just keeps getting scared because he thinks it's solid.
Well, I think because we make a lot of loud noises.
Well, and whenever he steps, it moves, so it's kind of scary for him.
You go where you want, you sweet kitty. Little buddy.
This is my house.
We'll straight-
I
we'll-
see.
we'll-
I
My
see bacon.
carrots and
again. No, no way.
Can't be here. I'll just go get your food then. Fuck you.
Spam!
Oh.
Sorry for bothering you. I wanted to offer a promotion of your channel. Oh, thanks. Bumper pastry. Oh, bumper
W.
pastry.
What?
Bumper pastry.
Pretty good band name.
Neat.
Bumper pastry.
Yeah.
Your boy Skylar.
Your boy
Welcome.
Skylar.
All right. So,
Welcome in.
It is a wild fact.
so you were talking about trying to cast haste, twin spelled.
Yes.
Okay.
interesting.
You want to do that?
Yes.
All right.
Twin spelled. One on her brain and one on her heart.
No, so you hit two of you guys.
So
we can have one jumper cable going
on her
for-
brain and on her heart.
Create a link.
Yep.
All right. So third level spell and 3 sorcery points, and you can try to cast it on both of them.
All right, and I'll get the big rubber gloves as I'm on the other end of the bumper. Like, tell me when we're ready. Okay, clear.
You guys are both hasted.
Just
you
use
have-
a
Oh, what did you wanna do
defibrillator.
on
Both of
Lena,
us?
or do you want to do it on them, or you have to choose two people? So I figured Lena and someone else, but
Were you thinking Lena and Duke?
yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that.
All right. So Lena and Duke, you
Yeah.
are now hasted.
That is the
On Duke's
correct
nipple.
call.
Hey man, Duke might be into that.
You guys, as you guys feel this, like you've been hasted by Lena before or Katinka before, and you feel this. It's like you got hit by like a pot of coffee all at once.
I start glowing with like yellow hot power that looks like fire. No, I'm kidding. That's a Super Saiyan joke.
As the
As you scream.
As I scream, oh, and then I start shooting blue things at like everybody.
Come
I'm
here,
just kidding. Yeah, if I wanted to watch people shoot blue stuff, I'd go to my uncle's. Lena, I look at Lena. Duke, in the mind of Lena, looks at Lena as like, Lena, are we done? Because this guy can answer questions.
he's already gone.
He disappeared.
Yeah.
That moved.
Oh, he disappeared?
The scene moved on.
Yep, the whole fucking thing moves on.
Oh, we just.
Dreamscape.
Lena, you do recall some extra bits about that time, even though you do remember it. It was coming out of the turmoil of your existence prior to that. However, it's a gateway to some other things, and the next thing that comes is a rainy, outdoor, nighttime, sandy landscape. Lightning comes in, and you're got a bag slung over your shoulder as you're walking with purpose towards the opening of a mine shaft.
Okay.
You guys are close behind.
I think feeling invigorated by the haste spell, I just keep like trudging forward, like quicker and like a lot more focused.
All right.
Do you remember this place, Lena? Is this familiar?
Sure seems like it. I mean, why would I be headed here with a bag on my back otherwise?
You talked about being in a mine with a gnome guy once.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where he got fucked up?
As you kind of
I'd like to
Rose gonna
not
cast Pass Without a Trace
talk about it.
Okay.
on us. So you guys now have a +10 to any stealth.
As you're as you kind of adjust as you go, you feel the bag sort of shifting as you walk, and it makes like rock clinking noises, like.
Do I see the bag move?
It's not moving. It's just as she's walking, she just hears the objects in there clinking together as if they're stones or rocks or something.
So like open it a little bit just to peek at what's inside real fast before tying it back tighter.
You see 7 dragonheart stones and a larger onyx stone.
Right. So I tie the bag back together a little tighter and kind of like tuck it under my arm instead of just haphazardly over my shoulder.
All right.
I look behind us. Do I see the windmill?
Make a perception check.
Like the windmill of the city?
Windfall.
Oh.
16.
16. A flash of lightning goes in the distance as you look behind you, and the shadow of a very large windmill. And thinking about it, based on where you are and where you remember finding the onyx stone, you're about as far as you would have been.
Because we were like hours travel underground.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
About this time, you enter the entrance of what looks to be an older, abandoned mine.
Yeah, I relay that to you guys that were.
Shovels and pickaxes leaned up against old mining carts. You work your way down, down, down. And you keep going until you get to close to the end. And you pick up a shovel and you start digging more.
Kind of like sort of like square myself up and just start digging and digging faster and faster and faster, trying to just get this task done and over with.
You dig a good solid 4 feet. And you put, I'm assuming you put the bag in there.
Yes, I put the bag in
You put the
there.
bag in there and then you cover it back up.
Yeah, I help dig. I'm like, all right, I guess we dig.
Yeah.
Ro will very reluctantly help dig.
Just like,
Pretty much, I guess.
A hasted digging Duke is
Right, like I'm just going.
You guys
for
are
it.
doing great. I'll keep an eye out.
as you finish digging, you open your leg cavities
Yeah.
and
Ro
pull
is
out
mysteries.
some extraordinarily powerful looking arcane detonators. And you come out from the mine just enough and place the detonators on this particular shaft of the mine where you had buried them, about 40, 50 feet out, so you don't spread the stones around. You're just trying to collapse the thing. Then you work your way back out of the mine, which takes some time. And when you get back up to the front, you are holding the activator for the arcane detonators.
I think you guys know what this is about, right?
I mean, yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how long. Do you know how long ago this happened?
Nope. And I click the button.
I think I do.
Yeah, it's just dust everywhere.
And like some dust comes out as the whole entire mine collapses in and on itself. The entrance itself falls in on itself, presumably burying the stones extremely deep underground.
Seems like it would be. Seems like it would have
This
been more.
this happened at the
effective.
fall of Windfall.
Yes.
This is the fall of Windfall. That this is the conclusion of those events.
Yep.
Oh,
These are
the
memories
Onyx has
you don't
everybody in there.
currently have, but as you do more and more stuff, different things piece themselves more together, and you start remembering more and more details, and you know exactly where in Windfall you are. You also remember what your next order was, which was to wipe your memory. And as you think about that, you see, you guys don't see this, but you see in front of you a network of crystals, spectral, and a spectral hammer appears in your hands.
Well, this is the hardest part. I don't expect you guys to understand, but I will ask you not to stop me. And I pick up the hammer in both hands, kind of like do the whole spit thing, grab up the handle and just swing it as hard as I can at
As
the
the-
nearest one to me.
As the hammer hits the crystals in front of you, you guys watch Lena just go like this with nothing in her hands that you can see. You start seeing flash, 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 flash. All these lights start going out within your memories. The vision in front of you guys cracks from the source of the hammer, and the actual fabric of reality starts to peel away in pieces as you are once again back in the void. Which Tolan says, I don't know what they're doing in there, but it does seem to be working. I think we're ready for the next shard. Doctor?
Doctor.
And I think, like, as like we enter in this void, I kind of like turn back to the two of you, and I'm like, "Don't worry. I think we're going in the right direction. Just don't
22.
walk away from where we are."
As
Stick
you're saying
together.
that sentence,
Oh, I've got to.
Please.
Lena, as you're saying that sentence, you struggle to remember who's in here with you.
Yeah, that's why I said you guys, not their names.
Tolan goes in,
Do I have any inkling that she doesn't know who?
make a
Inside check.
Inside check.
That is
Hey,
your favorite.
hey, pal. Hey, sweetie. Hey, buddy.
A 15.
15.
I also insight check. And in true Duke fashion, I got a 5. Lena's up on the up and up.
Yep.
You see Lena look a little confused and hiding it.
She's gonna just reach out and say, I will not leave you, Lena. I've got you.
Appreciate it. I think we better get moving now, though.
Just then, Tolan puts in the next shard, connecting the next crystalline structure. You are in the throne room of Windfall. The queens are there. Jake and Jack are there.
Those guys are wicked bastards.
Lena, you know what to do. It is unfortunate that it has come to this. I'm not sure what else to do in this moment. You've always been the most trusted we've had. I can only trust you to carry this out. You will have to go retrieve the stones first, as they are still within the towers. We will try to hold them off as much as we can. You'll have to scoot past lines of battle that's currently involved in the base of the tower. Take this. And she gives you a potion.
Cool. Chug that potion, and like after I do so, I ask, "Can I bring 2 accomplices?"
Who said that? Oh, you just took it. You're invisible.
Cool.
Bring whoever you want, but if you bring living people, they must die. Go ahead.
What?
But if you bring living people, they must die.
At this point, a sort of barricade happens where you didn't originally ask that. The queens respond in a way that's like, you're not actually bringing people. So it's sort of a fabrication of the moment, but not a part of the memory, because you didn't bring anybody the first time. And this is more about the memory of it than any specific action that you would do differently.
Yeah.
So the queens see you chug the potion and vanish, and they sort of sigh and turn to Jake and Jack and be like, I just hope Leobound Tor is not as much of a traitor as we think she is. She could present a problem for Lena. Jake and Jack, while you're still invisible and haven't left yet, she was just doing her duty, my queens.
Anyway,
Such a good moment.
you hear a stifled giggle in the corner.
Well, you were a cat at a whole bunch of kitty litter area, like on the beach.
Oh dear.
Mine's in the
So
Melisol comes up to them as you're leaving, and that's about the point where you don't see anything, but he seems urgent in his steps. You make your way down the spirals of the tower, which in itself is quite a journey. Various of the levels that you remember being like, now at times are like penthouse suites, are barracks for large numbers of guards. There's elevator systems within the central pipe that allow guards to descend through it much faster, whereas now most of those shafts are being used to mechanize the tower itself to access power. But at one point there was an elevator system within the tower. As you work your way down, you get to where Overdrive would be. It's not a bar. It is a grand, what do you call it? Like ballroom almost. With a lot of the same decor that you remember being in Overdrive, but it definitely has a more royal appeal to it. And you see a creature you recognize. Horned, red energy, shadow, 18 feet tall, the Onyx, standing in the middle of Overdrive, fighting with some of the Queen's best as they try to hold back him and his armies of shadows.
kind of like,
So you're hasted.
yeah.
I was just gonna say, are we able to see through a monitor or know anything? Okay.
Nope.
Dang.
Is Duke there, like actual Duke?
You, Duke and Roe, you follow behind Lena.
No, I
problem.
know. But is like Duke?
Oh,
as, like,
at the
yeah,
in
like
the
as
war.
Delthavos, like there as like
You don't
himself.
see. You don't see yourself anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. You did see while you were up in the throne room. You did see Tameen
Okay.
in sort of. You know how there's like in the throne rooms, there's often like groups of people,
Yeah.
advisors, and other important people. You did spot Tameen in one of those groups, available to advise the queens if needed, but not Delthavos.
Yeah.
And from you remember what Tameen said. Although you lent your support to the task, you weren't directly handling it.
Yeah.
So you were more likely on the Shadowfell side than the Windfall side. So you need to get past the Onyx. So I need you to roll a stealth check.
We're also still stealth.
Pass without a trace.
We have passed
Can,
without trace.
can that still be? I'll cast
Yep.
it again if I need
Nope,
to.
it's fine.
I appreciate that.
I know that one.
Add 10, whatever it is.
You have advantage because you're invisible.
Oh.
I was like, great.
We
roll.
don't have advantage, do we?
Doesn't matter. Like my advantage.
I have
I
advantage,
rolled a
but that's me.
19, not even including what I have for stealth and what
So
she
you're
gave.
So good. What is
29
it though?
It's like
Well, let's
29.
find out because it's
What
still
is it?
fun.
I want to know. I want to know. I want to know.
skills.
Can you
Question.
show me?
Do I still have disadvantage because of
29.
heavy armor?
No, you're not wearing any armor.
36.
You are naked.
You're wearing normal clothes because your armor doesn't get to go with you in dreams.
What is it?
36
36?
total. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You guys have a hard time following Lena because she's invisible.
I'm more invisible than even you.
I rolled a 38.
And out on the surgery table, do we see her like twitching, running, or do anything, or like what's her activity?
Yeah, you do see some like hurried, like focused movement. And what'd you get?
18.
18 with that.
So this isn't a concentration spell, but I'm gonna go ahead and get an oil can that instead of a Red Bull, it's like Red Gorgon, and I'm gonna just squirt along her ankles and shins and cast Long Strider. This will last for 1 hour and give her plus 10 movement.
All right.
Sweet.
As you guys sneak through deftly,
Does them being so good give me advantage?
so it's
definitely a group
So the way stealth works
check,
is
right?
against passive perception. His passive perception is 21. So the Onyx focuses its 18 eyes that come out of its slit skull, and fires off a cone of cold at the whole side of the army this way. Roll a dex check for me. Dex save, actually. It's dex save.
Dex save.
Yeah.
I'll do the help action. I'm gonna just like grab him by the collar and like pull him
All right.
a little bit. Like, come on,
Nice.
we gotta go.
Was that pretty cool?
Yeah, that's fine. This is all dreamy stuff.
Has advantage on dex saving throws.
He has, yeah.
He already used it. He already used it.
He rolled advantage. He didn't do so good. Plus his
Additional action.
well,
That's
plus
10.
It has, yeah,
It's a 10.
Yeah. He already rolled twice.
He did. He rolled bad. I know. We can't save him.
So you take 36 points of cold damage.
Okay.
How much damage do you take?
36.
We're losing him.
So you see, from your guys' perspective, you see like
It's like the Matrix.
little tiny crystals of ice start to form on Duke's body as he kind of starts shivering a little bit as he gets hit with a massive blast of cold.
Get the adrenaline needle ready. I'm gonna try to
You're
keep
hasted.
Okay.
So with that, because you're hasted, you actually manage to outrun any further pursuit. And you're a rogue,
As
so you get to
he's
run
passing,
fast
as
too.
he's coming close, she's going to reach out and touch him and cast invisibility
All right.
to try and prevent him being tracked further. And once he's invisible, he will leave no trace of his passage because of pass without a trace. So there won't be like footprints.
All right. So as you go invisible,
Anything like
roll one
that.
more stealth check with advantage since you're invisible.
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
Amy, invisibility is concentration.
Pass without a trace is
Concentration.
also concentration. So don't add a plus 10. But you're invisible.
Which might be worth it anyway.
19.
That's great.
But I'm invisible.
But you're invisible. So he also has. So for well,
Jeez, Armand, we're in a dream. Shut up.
Excuse me, I gotta cancel this
Let
dream.
the
You just
GM,
broke
let
the
the
concentration.
GM handle rules. Jeez. You're not here.
But I am.
Stop messing with my dreams.
I get a free
So he's got
I
an
get a
id-
free invisibility for being shadow touched. I get a free
that's
use
not
of
concentration, or is it?
that. It
It's a free casting of the
technically
spell.
is,
Casting
but
of, so
it's
it's
not
concentration. All right,
a
that's fine.
spell slot.
But-
So maybe
But you still have 28.
It helped.
with your original roll.
I have 38 with my.
28 without passive trace because you just canceled it.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, but that's fine. So
And you still have 26.
because you went invisible, you managed, and you're hasted, which is the other key part. You managed to outrun him while invisible and loses track of you. The Onyx like kind of shifts over, sees a little bit of a trail going because he's still pretty perceptive, but not in time before you guys manage to get out of overdrive.
That was very generous.
Can I help?
What's that?
Can I help with something?
Yeah. Well, because of the haste, there's a whole bunch of stuff stacking that made that good.
I'm worried because I see Duke.
He's starting to die, yeah.
Starting to freeze over.
Uh-huh.
So I want to cast protection from energy,
Okay.
and touch has resistance to
But
one
you're already
damage.
concentrating on
Yeah, that's going
haste.
to break haste. See the concentration?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, oh, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, concentration
see.
would break the haste.
Up to 1.
Because you got 2 haste going, I'm assuming you would rather
see.
do that,
Okay.
right?
So you both put hands on Duke, right? And so you're both
I
kind of
did.
like holding him, like trying to help him get away.
Mm-hmm.
You can feel Duke resisting as he stares at the eyes of his like eternal foe, who just hurt him.
It's not the time, Duke. It's not the time. It's not the time. It's not the time. This is about Lena. Go. Come on.
And so like you're like, it's not the time, it's not the time, and like Duke is like still not coming. And as soon as you're like, this is about Lena, Duke is like spits on the ground and then turns around.
Let me know when it's appropriate for us to roll more dice over here on this side.
For,
Healing.
yeah, go ahead, anytime.
All right, help me
can
with
just-
this. Are you ready?
Help.
All right, yeah. So you're just for dramatic effect, as I'm basically going up, and I'm gonna like get like the 2 like little like little
defibrillator
stocking
paddles.
plates, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds and try to like.
Wait, what is
Yes.
it? Is it 2?
Oh no, this is that's a
okay.
healing potion. This is actually a 4th level Cure Wounds.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Oh, the dice.
Those are good.
Hand me, hand me your what is it? The bumper or what I'm blanking on it. What we just used for your haste.
The jumper
cables.
Jumper cables.
jumper cables. Yeah, jumper cables.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Attuned like arcane.
Oh, that's really bad.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
it's
Defibrillating
10,
paddles.
17, 22 hit points.
Hey, that's not too
Yeah.
bad.
Nice.
2/3 of what he
Was
lost.
most of it back?
Yeah.
I think he's okay.
So,
Frozen Duke.
Frozen Dookie.
Lena, you know exactly where you're supposed to go, and you go to the lift house, which is in much better condition than you know of it being now, including the elevator itself, which is magnificently constructed. Not like the rickety one that Kid and Sid run. It is quite more functional and faster. You get there, and there's soldiers all fighting shadow creatures in all the streets, and you guys manage to weave your way through and get to the lift house and go down into Fellwind, where there's more shadow creatures and warriors fighting. Seem to be getting a bit more of an upper hand in the Fellwind area.
Oh, I'm invisible, aren't I?
You immediately make your way towards one of the columns and pull from around your neck a blue crystal that you've seen before, and you put it on the side of the column, and a door appears on the side of the column. You open it and you ascend some stairs, and then sort of shift, similar to how the dreams have been shifting, fast forwards to you're now in a forest, and you're in front of a podium that has 7 stones on it, as well as a black stone in the center. And standing next to it is a woman, half-elf, who you recognize, now that your memories are starting to come back, as Leoban Tor.
We just heard her.
And she says, "I'm sorry, Lena. Can't let you take them.
But why?
Because Orcus won't like it."
Orcus can shove it. I am here for the stones.
And you go to like confront this woman as she comes up to you ready to fight, and same kind of fast forward, and she's lying on the ground, bleeding, with a dagger in her side, carved almost halfway through her. You feel barely touched, as she didn't seem to stand a chance, especially with haste.
Wait, above table. I used a dagger?
Before,
Okay.
early you was
Yeah.
did all kinds of random stuff.
Fair.
Who knows? She's like coughing up blood. Because remember, you trained as a monk after you came back.
Right.
Important thing.
Yeah.
Actually, important thing. Lena has a fucking sword on her back.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Blade.
Like a great sword.
Just now.
What? What?
Yeah.
Who's this fucking goddess? Jesus.
Yes. So
What?
this woman, Leoban, has some sword injuries and a dagger in her side. And she's coughing up blood, holding it. It's never gonna work. You don't even know what they're capable of, do you? You're just blindly following orders.
Not blindly, but I tend to do what I think is right when other people are backing the right play, honestly. You, however, are going to bleed out right here.
You're not even really alive. Why would you care about so much undeath being brought?
I didn't say I didn't care. I'm not totally unfeeling, but, you know, fleshies and all.
Well, good luck, Lena. As she, maybe I'll see you again someday. And she dies. And the
Take
stones are in
dagger
front of
back.
you. And there is a similar bag pulled out and the stones gathered.
I mean, you got a good point. Orcus kind of sucks.
Orcus does.
And then another fast forward. And you're back at the door. You pull the crystal off and the door closes back in on itself. And you manage from this point to get back up the elevator and work your way out to head to bury the stones. At this point, Tolan's like, well, I think we're pretty close here. I think we just need one more.
One more crystal and glue.
And blue.
So see, I hand him the crystal and I've got a syringe for glue so I can seal it up.
There you go.
Here, let's make the roll. So far I haven't failed you guys yet. Probably jinxed it.
So while this like segment
Natural freaking 20.
is... Woo!
Yeah, so you like toss it behind your back. Here you go. All right.
A little bored here.
Lena's spirit is like screaming. Anyway, but like during this like whole segment, I feel like I'm, for some reason, always like looking over my shoulder to make sure that these two are like completely unscathed, if at all possible. Even though I might have forgotten their names.
They start to slowly come back at this point. Things get shattered, but then get re-put back together as you're going through this. Tolan lowers the last shard in. And you guys are even farther back before the fall. Leaving the throne room, bowing to the queens, heading down the stairs to your quarters that were within the tower. High in the tower, mind you. You have a whole wing to yourself. And you go in and you settle in and you guys presumably follow as you watch Lena instinctually go lay down for a little bit. And she snuggles up to some feathers. And a head kind of turns. How was your day at work, dear?
What?
If it isn't brutal, then I'm not doing my job. But enough about that. To be honest, I'm just happy to be home.
I'm happy you're home too. As you see your former partner, the Coatl Snowpea.
What?
And I guess, like, at this point...
Too much over here to help with
That reveal's so good, you got a concussion?
I need to cast Cure Wounds on. I cast Cure Wounds.
I'm sorry.
Just IRL, like Duke and Lena are having seizures or something. What's going on?
Duke and Ro are just over here like.
Their ears are bleeding. And like, of course, like within the whole like dreamscape, I kind of like look over back at them, like now finally like piecing together, like, oh yeah, these are my friends. I'm like, roll over just a little bit without disturbing Snow Pea, and I look at both of them. I'm like, shh.
I think I'm gonna have to go help Bumpy with a thing. Are you gonna be okay for the evening?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna power down for at least 4 hours.
Have a lovely evening. I'll see you later.
Okay.
And Snopey leaves. And you all wake up. Tolan is like, well, I'm pretty surprised. That worked so well. Thank you for your help. That was instrumental.
Not a problem.
No pun intended.
Absolutely.
Are you guys okay?
Let's make sure that they're in this reality. I spin a little top.
What's with the top?
Well, if it doesn't fall down, you're still trapped within the mind space.
Knock it over.
Well, okay, he's here.
That checks out.
I imagine at this point Lena's probably groggy as hell, so she's gonna take like a minute to fully like kind of click all of the cogs and everything completely back into place and look over at Tolan and be like,
Yeah, so I have to tell you that once I got sort of in there, a little more deeper than I had before, I found something very strange. You have sort of a slot.
That's really sensitive
It's
information.
not like that.
Seems really inappropriate.
It's not like that at all. All right, get your mind into your.
I feel like this might be a private conversation, Tolan.
No,
Work on his bedside manner.
No, you could probably slip something hard and round in there, like a stone or something.
Okay.
You know, I
It
will.
looks like it was meant to hold it.
I will say, Armand, for all of his faults, does have an impeccable way of speaking, and is, I would assume, has a very good bedside manner as far as doctors go.
Doctor?
So if you need some lessons in bedside manner in terms of, patient confidentiality and how to properly ask others to leave the room before sensitive information is shared.
See if they have any holes.
Right.
I apologize. I'm an engineer, and I think it's a little bit different with the mechanoid folk. They're a little more used to having parts interchanged and pulled off of them in different arrangements.
Sort of not wrong. And then I roll over and kind of look at Armand and take it. I'm like, I feel like
But apologize.
crap.
Are you okay, sweetie? Are you doing all right? Do you need some water for yourself over there?
They need apple juice.
He's a gnome, right? He's a gnome.
Do you realize I just performed one of the most complicated surgeries you could possibly do? I get what you're saying. I'm sorry, Lena, I didn't mean to blurt it out if you wanted to keep that private.
I imagine it probably would have been apparent to all of us at some point. But for now, I think I need a power down.
I thought it might be part of her brain that's missing, which is why I bring it up. So it's in sort of the same part, but you can't connect something that's not there. But it's strange. It's. May I continue speaking about?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Better.
It seems to be adjacent, not directly connected to it. And it seems more be vascular, if that makes sense. Like it's almost like a heart. Mm-hmm. But it's not there. And it's also extra. It's not needed. Doesn't seem like there's anything you're missing.
It's not like an aorta or anything.
No, it's like I guess you could maybe akin it to an extra spot for an extra battery, if you will. Like you could power yourself more somehow. You found something that fit there.
In the ancient text, they always speculated that perhaps it could be a soul, or perhaps, yes, an extra life for a battery. We can power you up.
Can we see what like size it is? Can you? Do we have like a shape or something?
It's about big.
So it's
That
like a
size
like
of
a
the-
sphere.
And when he does that, it is very similar size to the Dragonheart stones.
Crystals. Yeah.
I've never seen one
You've seen like 7 of them.
Just
don't you?
noticing Chet. Silas,
size of your
no
slot.
you. Ike the Wonder Dog, thanks.
Missy with what the fuck?
Maybe we can make like a custom like mold of your slot, and then we can like try things. I don't know.
I just feel like it's the Wizard of Oz. And here's the Emerald, or the
Just-
Great Wizard.
right,
And I give
yeah.
you a heart.
Yeah,
If we can go back, I've got the
just
bunch.
above table, just Tin Man me.
Just start shoving all of our crystals in your slot.
Oh, each one have its own meaning, right?
I think they're like.
Is it a regular dragon? So
Maybe we talk about this later.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Regular.
idea.
Regular.
We'll
Regular. dragon.
theorize.
And without her knowing, I put the safety back on the device that would have stopped her if she went Killer Lena. We won't be needing this.
Just the little strip of tape that says in case of Terminator.
Tolan like rolls a hood back up that's got like 5 arcane cannons pointed at the
Oh my
operating
gosh.
table. Like, nope, we won't be needing that at all. You're correct.
No murder robots today. Firestone.
So do you have any
Algan
idea?
says Firestone because the burning hand.
Do you have any idea what that might have been for? Did you find out in your memories?
I mean,
Oh, I forgot to mention. You can access your memories right now, sort of dictionary style. As the bonds continue to grow, the more you remember. It'll be more like traditional memories, but right now it's more like the Rolodex. Put an inquiry in through the tiny little connection, and inquiry come out. Type of thing. So if you have a specific question for your memories, you can ask it and see if you find out information about something you don't know you know.
She's got a Luke. Like a shoot, but for Lena.
Oh,
It's a Luke. Yeah, she's got like. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
If I may, Lena, as you know, our current quandary is stones, onyx, where to go to do our big rituals. So if any of that in your Rolodex of memories, that would probably be the next step. If if you need to power down and recharge your batteries, I totally respect that. And I will come out with graham crackers and apple juice, and just because I know it's very taxing on your body.
the thing you do remember about what the next, that part of the ritual is the way the door works, where you put the crystal and how you access the towers.
Which crystal was that?
That's the one that Melisil gave Armand when he described how to readjust the
That blue crystal.
readjust
Does
the
that blue
crystals.
crystal look like the same? Like it could fit in her brain?
No, it's too small. Yeah.
yeah.
You could also ask Gotcha. You could also ask your brain, what's the hole in my brain for?
Maybe, but
Do you do that?
I don't know how long it'll take, but sure. And I'm gonna take like the next, I don't know, 10 minutes to.
Doesn't take that long. You send
Okay,
out
wow.
you send out a thought, and you
So you're saying I don't have
you
dialogue?
feel it like getting mailed through a mail slot, and then a little like a little printout comes out.
Awesome.
And this all happens inside your
Pull
head.
it out of my mouth like a strip
you
of
just-
paper, like a receipt tape. Like, well,
I like to think it's like Pixar, like Inside Out. They should
Yeah.
have different emotions in there.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, as it comes out, prints out of your mouth, it says, "Oh hey Lena, it's Lena. Yeah, there's lots of shit you don't know. Let me tell you.
well, I'll be like a scroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, she even talks like you.
And it continues to say like that's where you put your Dragonheart stones that you can borrow sometimes for extra special missions. It's a little extra juice.
Okay, so I relay to everyone. I'm like, well, according to this, I guess I could socket a dragon heart.
Earmuffs on the gnome.
What is it? Oh, all right, fair.
You heard nothing.
Smart thinking, bro.
I can slot.
He's like, no, don't worry about it. And he hops in one of the machines that you guys were just in, and he puts the thing down, and
playing a game. Some Oculus
Can't hear
game.
anything.
So yeah, I guess I can slot.
Just tap me when you're done talking.
I can slot in a dragon heart stone, like at random, whenever. Doesn't matter which one. Although I hate to think of what might happen if I tried to put the onyx stone in there.
It won't fit. It's too big.
Good. So, maybe I might just steal Valgon's shield when he's sleeping and kind of pop that stone out and test it sometime.
You can test it with any of them.
What? By that he just got combined with that.
Yeah, I don't know if that Dragonstone comes out anymore.
I mean,
Not easily.
Bahamut willing, maybe? I don't know. It's his god.
What are the?
So,
You
yeah.
fuck off, he says.
You can't tell Lena what to do. She's a strong, independent robot.
You're
you don't
not
need
here.
no man. Anyway, so yeah, I guess that's what it's for. As for the rest of it, well, you guys saw what you saw and experienced what you experienced, and I suppose the two of you will be caught up pretty soon. You can talk amongst yourselves because, to be honest, I am woozy.
Let's get you back to some rest. Is there anything else that we need here before we part?
Ask Tolan.
No, wait. And Ro's gonna do a really quick, like, if there's any, a surplus of, like,
Any
doodads
valuables?
or, like, no,
Make
but,
a-
like,
make a,
tools or, like a pile of arcane things that maybe she just
Make a
takes.
perception check.
Wait, are you
Do an
trying to
investigation
take
check.
random bits
Yeah,
of like
investigation check.
Lena's
Okay.
brain that I'm not
No.
using?
No,
I'm
just-
going
can't-
I'm going over to the gnome like to wake him up, and I just hear like a voice inside of like, "You're so gnomey." I'm like, okay.
I get a dirty one.
Perception.
Dirty one.
That's amazing.
23.
23. You do find a few items that you might not think Tolan will miss. Just a couple of like trinkety things.
You saw nothing.
So Tolan, as you like go bug him, he's like, anyway, what's he sort of stands up.
We were just going
hunched
to
over.
say thank you, and we're about ready to head out. She's feeling a little bit woozy, so I'm just going to get her back, make sure we'll run a hot oil bath for her and everything will be fine.
Fantastic. All right, who's paying for this?
We are. And as we pull out the black card.
I'm just kidding. I told Lena I'd do it as a favor.
Is there anything we should keep out for to watch Lena as she?
Well, as these new bonds within her brain start to formulate a little more, get a little stronger, she may suddenly remember things. And her now self will have to reconcile with her then self, maybe on some value differences. Could be that she was slightly different of a person at the time than she is now. And there may be things that she's not happy that she was, or things that she's happier that she was, that she'll have to figure out. Those things will come at sort of random. Shouldn't be anything too concerning, just sort of emotionally traumatizing.
So no murder robot possibility.
The big
happens.
switch is
So-
on her back. It says
Okay.
good and evil. Just
Yeah.
Very
So
unlikely.
We're set to evil.
Got it.
So above table, just a smidgen of PTSD for flavor.
Sure.
Well, you got to remember, like, if you lost like a whole lifetime worth of stuff and then suddenly got it back, you'd be a little traumatized too.
Yeah.
Especially if it was like whole people and whole situations and memories that you don't even remember having, and all of a sudden you have them back. Could be valuable for yourself. Obviously, putting yourself back together is probably the most important you could do. And
I would say
And you
that
two
we
saw
are
a lot.
uniquely qualified to help her through that particular experience.
all right,
Sure, one of you will remember to tell me what I thought I saw in some parts. Like, I vaguely remember, like, right this second, because I'm like a hair away from powering down for a few hours. What the hell is up with rainbow-colored feathers? And then
You
she
told-
kind of head down.
All right, we're going to take her home. Thank you, sir.
well, that's a new one. All right, well, thank you for coming. You guys head to the.
I'm the last one out the door.
Thank you for
Right.
coming.
And so as they leave, we'll see you. And as they leave, I close the door and then lock the door.
What are you doing?
right? Because I'm assuming it's like a lab.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
It's like
so
a
I
little
lock the door
shop in the purpose
from the inside, and I'm like,
So, sweetie, hey.
What? You said sweet.
Hilarious. He casts his dimension door and leaves.
I was being sincere. I thought you were into shit archive. All right, fine, Tolan. I thought we were gonna have a good time, but all right. Wuss.
You're so gnomey.
Duke leaves a thing, says, call me. Winky face.
Winky face, yes.
He makes it ambiguous enough that he doesn't know if it's a threat or like an actual invitation.
Call me, period.
Yeah, doesn't know if it's a threat or an actual, like, thing.
Yes.
Amazing.
I love it so much.
Cast Dimensions door and leaves.
Lena, make a wisdom check.
Wisdom
The
check,
DC's
just
10.
plain.
I guess there is like a bit of like, his lock might be complicated enough that Duke doesn't actually know how to lock his door.
15.
15.
Yeah.
As the memories that you experience kind of come back to you, a few things jump out as being relevant. Obviously, the column, how that works, and some of the aspects of where the column leads to, which was a little bit confusing because you didn't go through all the parts of it, but somehow you ended up in a jungle. You also remember a name, a few names. Your co-workers in the Inner Guard. You remember a druid named Odorous. You remember yourself being more of a fighter type than you're more monkey type person now. Monkey? Monkish? Not
Yes.
monkey.
That monkey.
Monkly, monk-like.
You remembered a Shadar Kai
Monkish.
named Tameen. You remembered a bard named Bumpy. And you remembered a cleric named Leoban Tor, who you fought with at the very end of your experience and killed. You also make a connection with the wisdom save or wisdom check. The name sounds familiar. The first name, not so much. The second name, Tor. You remember Valgon's last name also being Tor.
Ooh.
The half-elf lineage could be a coincidence, as well as the name. 1,000 years is a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say, I am now probably even more acutely aware of just how old I am and everything that's happened. Because, like, that's a long time.
You also do have some fond memories come back to you of Snowpea.
Yeah.
And your non-sexual romantic relationship with Snowpea the Coatl.
They're so fluffy.
They're rainbow.
Finding support in each other in a world where both of you are extremely weird to everyone else gave you both some comfort.
Awesome.
That's so cool.
It's a good thing that I guess, like, even though I guess to Lena, like, she's made so many new connections and like they're all like absolutely wonderful, that that part of her past wasn't taken away completely, that I had people and have people, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
But I'm sawing logs right now.
Bitchin'.
So good.
All right.
Bitchin'.
Is there anything anyone else wants to do or talk about in this moment after the crazy surgery?
That was so fucking cool.
We're just trying to make sure we're looking after her health and that she is, like, so yeah, we don't want to ask her any questions like what's going on. If anything, it's just like the oil bath, our favorite foods, all that stuff. Just make sure that
So you don't want to ask her questions.
not yet. Yeah, but probably tomorrow after a long rest, or she has her cycle.
Okay.
That sounds wrong. Power cycle.
Does anyone else want to say anything, Aline, or anything?
Duke will go up to Ro kind of after we get Lena situated and probably be like,
Don't say anything about my fighting prowess. I don't want to hear it.
okay.
I love it.
You chose
Arms stable.
You ever
It's me. I did that.
have you ever seen anything like that bird before? I like bird snake.
The bird person?
The birdie snake.
I only saw a little bit of it. I thought I maybe would look away. I didn't know. No, I have not. Have you seen a bird person like that before?
Have I ever seen a bird person like that before? I remember seeing a bird person like that before. I never seen a bird person like that before. Not at least not.
I mean,
Not that I can remember.
I'm not judging. I'm not much into feathers. I mean, I'm a scales kind of person.
I mean, yeah.
We'll ask Lena.
Any of those?
We'll ask Lena to ask her her brain, her lemeries.
My Rolodex.
Lemeries.
Lemurs?
Her lemeries.
That's cute.
Menageries. That's a pretty good one. That's a good one.
Lemurs?
Any of those other names jump out at you and the stuff that you read or anything?
I don't think so.
Leave
Was the
on.
Eyes of Black, did that have to do with the Dragonborn stuff? Like the religion, the mountain of
Yeah.
like... Yeah, I mean, those monks, God, they fucking... they said something about like the Eyes
you
of
go.
Black and the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah, apparently that mountain that came out of nowhere was the mountain of death.
Fascinating.
Yeah, that's where that I'm assuming, right? That she trained with a sect of the.
Are we talking about... I would talk about this with everybody, I think.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, because we didn't see
Yeah, no, yeah, I would definitely be. This would be I think we're sitting maybe at... I don't want to be watching Lena sleep. Are we at the bar?
Right.
Can we be at Overdrive?
I'll be at the
doing
overdrive,
this?
sure.
Oh, we could be at Overdrive, but I figured we would be at our house probably more.
Yeah,
Imagine-
we'll probably be in the kitchen while she's in the
gonna
bathroom in the
say-
oil
Right.
bath.
I've got like
Rose
Oh,
Amath.
this oil bath is going to feel so good.
there's like 4 hours.
Full on C3PO.
I will
For
not
you
lie.
guys
As soon as you said I'm just going to shut down for fears, I really thought of C3PO. Like, if you don't need me now, I'm going to shut down.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go sit on my charging dock.
I give
So yeah, we're at the kitchen, and I have a Bloody Mary serving us some other cocktails, and tell us what you saw, at least anything that might be pertinent for her health, her memory, and also our mission with the gems.
Honestly, I don't think there was too much.
There was a.
She did blow up a mountain to bury the gems, so I'm a little. I don't know how those got out, but I'm sorry. God, you're not wrong, and I just like vibrate as a person.
Yeah, she blew up the things, and then I think that's where we found them. And then I think the only other thing is, like in terms of like for the mission is like she she'd probably explain this better because I wasn't like super savvy on it. But how to use the gem that you got from Melisor, how to open a door.
Do you know the location? Because that's just it. There's so many columns. We don't-
She'll have a better idea.
All right, because that's one thing we need. So let's keep a note of that, of which column to go to, because that's important. Because there's so many statues, too many columns in this damned windmill. So yes, that'll help.
She'll be able to roll the dex in.
All right, and then any other use of those? Because that's just it. We know that these are very powerful energy gems that use to power many different things. So if anything that you've witnessed on how they were operational, that could definitely help.
I don't know. We opened a door and then we went through a thing, and then we were in a jungle.
How about this? At one point, your body almost got frozen as an ice cube. Was that the ice gem or something else?
Rose smoking a bunch of work weed.
That was
Oh, Duke fucked up the stealth roll.
That makes sense. Okay, I apologize.
Before we get too
that
far
was
into
the
this,
onyx.
before we get too far into this conversation, we'll come right back to this one. We're gonna take a short 5-minute break because we have not taken a break.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure like half of us need to pee, so we're gonna go do that real quick, and we'll come back to this revealing conversation from Duke. P-Quest.
5 minutes?
P-Quest, 5 minutes.
Be fast.
P fast. All right. Welcome back to Thickless Cage.
Body massage.
Welcome back to Above Table. We are collecting ourselves after getting some more snack and beverage. Hopefully you've done the same. We are getting close to wrapping up today, but a few more conversations and planning for, oh yes, the big giant map in the middle.
We're not gonna fight anything.
We'll see. Depends on how late we go.
Forever.
Forever.
In that movie.
Sandlot.
Good job.
Name that character.
It's like the sheriff or something.
It was the small kid. I'm trying to remember the name of the small kid.
The cop said it, like, I think originally.
I can't remember. I know who it is. I just
Fair, yeah.
I don't remember the character.
It's Specs. I think is the character's name. I think Specs. It's the kid with the glasses.
Oh.
Who marries what's her name?
If you're just joining us, we did a few morning chores and some shopping, and then did brain surgery, as you do.
Brain surgery.
As two of our Sunless Sky joined inside Lena's brain for moral support, as you navigated a menagerie of memory and tried to reconnect.
That's this episode's name.
Menagerie of memory?
Menagerie of Memory.
Oh, 100%. That's great, actually.
I like to think that we made it into Lena's positronic matrix.
Now Lena can access memories of...
Positronic network? Is that what it is? Star Trek is a Star Trek reference.
It was the Star Trek and a Matrix reference because we were like in the Matrix.
Okay.
Now Lena can access parts of her memory that she didn't have access to before via printing out of her mouth.
Where's the paper come from?
I have the internet.
You don't know.
Don't ask questions you want the answer to, Duke.
Yeah.
I have 6G now.
Where do fingernails come from?
Hair.
They're made out of the same stuff hair's made out of, and they come from the minerals you intake through your body.
There you go. There you have the answer.
Mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell.
All right.
So you got Lena back. Lena's now resting a little bit, and the rest of you are around the kitchen table having Bloody Marys.
Yay!
I'm not having a Bloody Mary.
Talking about what you experienced. And I think Duke was in.
I make him a Shirley
mid-conversation.
Temple then. A little maraschino cherry.
Excuse me, it's an Arnold Palmer.
It's not.
Sorry.
I didn't sign up for this when I was the mixologist. No one appreciates an artist.
It's called a bumpy fizz. Come on.
Yeah, I want a bumpy fizz gin.
Listen, it's not on the frickin' menu, okay? Order from the menu.
Everybody knows merchants have better things in the back, and we all know you know how to make a bumpy gin fizz. I saw you make it at the Silesian Ball in 1937.
Okay.
Making things up.
It's the problem about being a vampire when you're ancient and you've had a long life. They have high expectations of you, you know?
Yeah, no one wants a highball anymore.
Yeah. All right, so I am building out a list, but yes, turning of course to my command, to my comrades who also did delve into her mind with all kinds of fun things as well. I just wanted to, the things that are pertinent, of course, to our task at hand, of course, is the Onks. Did you guys see that? Big monster, many eyes.
Yeah, that's when I got all frozy. The Onyx like did.
Oh, when you failed the stealth check. Gotcha.
Right, yeah, shot a breath weapon at me. I got all frozy and stuff. And,
Anything about that encounter that we might need to know?
it's a bright son of a bitch.
All right. Doesn't help, but okay. Anything that they were using to contain it, like any kind of special attacks it did?
I mostly was just
weaknesses?
trying to get the fuck out.
Okay,
I don't
escaping.
think we learned.
I
Did
did
you
a giant
learn?
breath of cold.
Okay, so we know to protect ourselves against the cold or elements. That's one thing. All right, let's see, anything else? Notable figures from there. Melitor, the queens.
Oh, Lena fought some master monk dude, and I
yeah.
think that, what did they have, like, they called her the Dragon Reborn or something like that.
Yeah, so I believe that the way that like after
Spin the top for her.
after fucking shit. After
I think he took on some of the cats. He keeps knocking shit off shit.
that's a good point. We should look into that. And there's not back home.
Maybe they switched bodies inside. It's like Freaky Friday. You know?
I try to call Duke's Trident. Trident! No.
Duke
well.
allows a sleight of hand to see if he can throw it to her all stealthy. He tries to, and instead just like hooks it like at her hand, and it's like,
Ow!
very clearly not stealth. Oh, look, it came to you. Oh, yeah, that's crazy. You could totally do that now.
Oh, wow. That is so amazing. Okay, anyways.
No, there was Tameen, who, I think you guys met Tameen when we were in the Onyx.
Did we? We did.
Yeah.
She came up while you guys were kind of congregating with the queens and her sort of gave Delthavos a snide comment.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Apparently, she was a former relationship that did not end on good terms. I don't really remember it. She's kind of a cutie, but I guess whatever.
What else? So there's something about the Eyes of Black and something
right.
about that's right. We got like thrown through a volcano. Like first thing.
So I think where he was
Crazy.
trained as a monk was at the Mountain of Death. In where was it?
The Dying Lands.
In the Dying Lands, which is where a bunch of Dragonborn congregate because they have a religion around the Dragon Reborn, and it's called the Eyes of Black. And I think she was trained as a Dragonborn monk there. I don't know how she ended up there. But
Well,
she can tell us more of that when she wakes up.
I can tell you, at least from our perspective, we had to go through several layers since her memories were blocked off at different iterations, so to speak. Think of it like it's peeling an onion layer. And so that was that surface layer, which is her more present memory.
Oh
her
yeah,
current
it
conscious.
was like going back in time, and so we watched her. What was it? We did the monks, and then
So that was the first layer.
And then we did we went
I
to a
wanna-
mine, and we like dug a big hole. Well, I didn't. I mean, we dug a big hole and blew that up and hid the stones, and then she did the thing with the hammer.
What hammer?
She did the hammer thing, and she like swung it around in
She
the air.
doesn't use a
and
hammer.
shattered
Tell me more about the
everything.
hammer.
I think that was maybe
Well, I don't think
that was
we
her
didn't see
man.
The hammer's a metaphor.
Oh, we didn't see
Saw
the
her.
hammer.
Well,
from
she
my
did a thing where she
pants.
kind of like waved around like she had a hammer.
That's what it
And
was.
then it was like when she swung the hammer, it's like she broke our vision of reality.
Oh, and before that, they told her she needed to erase. Did they tell her she needed to erase her memory? Is that what we heard?
You didn't hear that yet at that point.
Yeah, but because we're going back. Maybe that was her like doing the memory, because then we went backwards again. God, it's just very confusing.
That was during also the second junction when we were going to the next layer. So this is her knowing that she is going to delve into the next iteration. So again, another onion layer.
All right.
But she is known as the Builder, right? Remember?
What?
I'm gonna put a timeout. And it might just be easier to ask Lena all this when she wakes up.
That is a good point.
So,
She can actually remember things now.
above table though, this is hilarious. Don't stop. I literally, it's fascinating to see what Duke and Ro remember from your perspective.
Yeah. So she did the thing, which was maybe her forgetting, and then we go backwards some more, and then she was talking to the queens, I think, next. And it wasn't Shugan Duke, it was John and Jack, and there were twins with the queens. And they said that she was the trusted one. Oh, they said something about if people go, they have to die. If you take living people, was that a thing? Did that thing actually happen? Was that actually part of the memory?
He said that was a thing that happened
if
because
living-
it was a memory fudge.
If you take living people, they
Yeah,
have
because
to
you can't
die.
actually change things there because
Right.
of the memory.
Yeah.
Well, either way, we have a little bit of time to kill while she is recovering. So I brought out a really fun board game. Yes, to see we are ghouls and we are vampires. And we're running away from the Crusaders who are going to smite us. So, anyways, I'll set up the pieces. So,
Oh wait, there was a Leoban Tor.
Leopold.
Yeah. She was like a
Leopold
traitor
Tor.
or something.
I forgot a detail, by the way. You reminded me because you talked about the barrier. On your way out of Windfall, You met up with someone in the at the edge of Perseverance Plaza, and you gave them a loot in the shape of a fish.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you told him to take it with him, get out of town.
Oh, see, that was that riddle. Remember I said that I'm not good. It was the fish riddle. It was that thing. Who was that? Who was that?
Doesn't know. It was question marks.
Well, I was asking him.
Lena doesn't know. It was a random person, just close enough to the edge to escape the city.
Let the GM answer, bucko.
Well, he did answer. He said you didn't know. All right.
He didn't.
But yeah, it's basically as a gift. Like here's a free loot. Get the fuck out of town. Go away.
And that was like all the context.
Oh wait, so it was just a
So
random
interesting.
person.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It was just a snippet, a piece of the puzzle. Yeah, and that's
Getting
what.
lost in the ethers of trade without knowing what it was actually used for.
And then she killed. We came. It was that we were in like an altar or shrine in a jungle, and Lena was a fucking badass. She had like a two-handed sword, and she fucked this chick up.
Lena doesn't use swords.
Lena did use swords. It was like this like fucking
Well, I guess it is her
beautiful
dream.
Amazon.
Yeah, if in her dreams, I'm sure she also had maybe was riding a dragon or princess. All these
I
things.
don't think
And when
so.
they
Wasn't
fought
cool.
over the fact that, like, her taking the stones, that Orcus would not like it.
Uh-oh.
And Orcus, I don't know if you guys know this, Orcus is a schmuck.
You don't want to say that about a demon.
Technically, he's not a demon.
Really?
I mean, he's like a god type.
Yeah, I know.
Dude guy.
Like, trying to rule.
Anyway, I think that was all of it.
Doesn't
though.
have a good beef with your friend.
I think that was all the memories. There was nothing else.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like,
There was nothing else.
All right, listen. You're this piece. You're the ghoul. You're the vampire over here. Roll the dice.
why? Can I be the Crusader?
No, the Crusader are the bad guys.
All right, then you have to be the Crusader because you're the bad guy.
That's controlled by the board.
All right, fine.
Where's Katinka?
Wait, so we'll be on the same team then?
Yes.
All right.
It's a cooperative game.
Okay. Can I be a werewolf?
Yes, you can. Here it is.
All right. I'll be the werewolf.
Look, he even has moving paws.
There we go.
All right, as you guys settle into an evening of board game night,
I guess we just wait for her to recover. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say you guys can do a long rest at this point.
All right.
There's a lot that happened in that day.
Because I was.
Yep.
I healed you.
I was still fucked up.
Yeah, I healed you. You were fine.
You now have 5 days before the attack on the city.
Ooh,
5 days. That's it.
that's so exciting. Are we gonna get a level up before then?
We have to start grinding and killing some boars outside.
You guys get experience for all kinds of
Oh,
things, not just
Rose fucking all of her free time is messing around with this motherfucking bow. She wants to learn all kinds of things. She is checking it out. She's like, how does it make the thing? Is it out of my fingers? Is it out of the bow? What if I get really close to somebody? Can they see it? Like, she's spending all her free time fucking around with this thing.
Got it.
Cat hyperfixation.
She's real
What I need to know
curious.
from you guys, maybe we wait for Kaylee to get here. Kaylee!
Katinga! I hear her, they're like being productive.
Come back. We want to talk about Lena's slot.
This is why I started anyway, because she's about to Cortez the shit out of it.
Yep. She's like, hold on, let me tidy this up real quick. It's gonna be perfect when we get in there, though.
2 seconds. Just 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
2 hours later.
Yeah.
No, she's pretty
Everybody-
fast.
It's a Cortez 15. 2 minutes.
So-
Cortez 15.
Parents do the same thing.
So at some point, I imagine I kind of wake up and a lot clearer headed, hopefully this time, at least for the moment.
Waiting
and
waiting by your bed or your bath is like a little get well card, and like a little sippy cup of oil and some flowers.
It's a dead
Oh my
bird.
God.
Just kidding.
I'm like, oh, what a cute little what the fuck is this? Oh, that's
You got a question, dude?
That's
because they don't,
Rose.
because I don't think I sleep as much as as other people.
Yep.
Right. And I don't know how long she's gonna be out for.
4 hours.
For 4 hours. Okay. I think maybe that's how long. I'm
A lot of meditators in this party.
ultra meditators.
Are you one? Or no?
I can't remember what Dampiers get.
Anyways, the thing that I would like to do before I take a long rest or whatever, quickly, is to check in with Tolman, the guy that did the surgery. Mm-hmm. I'd like to go back to his shop, check in with him, and see if I could get one of the, basically what would equate to like a Lena memory crystal. Right, like one of the things that he put into her head that gave her memories or whatever. See if I can get one of those.
Well, they're extraordinarily delicate, but I suppose if I put one in a little beaker here, just
Yeah,
what
they're
you
like-
plan to do with it, they're not expensive. You can just have that one.
Right.
They're just,
yeah, they're like a way to secure. So like if it like it's like in a carrying case, so it's like safe and secure. Like we put it like foam like in a box and like do the thing. Sometimes I get thrown into stuff. So
Hold on a second. And he pulls out a sort of a pressurized looking container, and he opens the little test tube and just puts it back on. And then you watch as the little crystal kind of goes, and then just floats in the center, suspended in some kind of concoction.
Cool.
But a atmospheric concoction, not a liquid one.
all right.
Magic.
Cool. Yeah.
So you can add that. You guys all get a long rest.
I'll give him like, I don't know, like 5 gold or something for it.
Yeah, appreciate it, sweetie.
Ooh, that's right. The note.
Yeah. Yeah. I wink, and with that wink, I would like to roll intimidation.
All right.
Coming up very
Can
confusing
you-
vibes.
It's part of their culture, okay? This is like it's like a Klingon mating ritual.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you like hit
Get a
on
10.
people by
A 10?
10 on my intimidate.
He's like, all right, I see you. It's adorable. I'll see you later.
above table? Does Lena have a gaydar?
I can't imagine. I don't
Actually,
use that
if this is anything like Spaceballs, your virgin alarm's going off. So much virginity's into
Thousand-year-old virgin.
I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
Look
we
at you
also
mid-
don't
mid-drink.
know anything else about Tolan.
Well, you caught me
So,
mid-drink and like kind of scaroused.
Aroused.
I was trying to scarouse.
He made a
Didn't
carouse check.
Didn't work.
Yes.
Amazing.
But yeah, you do
So-
get an extra one of the shards if you.
Yeah, I've got it on me.
All right.
He's giving it gifts now.
So you were saying when you woke up. Sorry, did I interrupt
Like,
something?
yeah, I woke up after
sorry.
like my downtime, and I kind of like look over and I see like the cue card and flowers. I'm like, oh, that's really sweet. And then all of a sudden, my eye like looks off in the corner, and I just see this grody, like mangled bird, and I'm like, what the f is it? Oh god, it's Ro.
It was very cleanly, right through the, I think it was not grody.
It has a little slobber on it. Anyway, I'm like, so just put it right back down on the
Beauty's
floor.
in the eye of the beholder.
And I just walk out of the room that I was in. And I'm like, thanks for the card, guys.
Everyone but Valgan signed it.
You know what?
Someone awkwardly just like wrote Val in their own handwriting.
It was Duke.
Armand and Duke and Val.
Sorry, John.
It was Duke. Duke's
Valvin's
like
been shut in his room this whole time. Door closed.
Sure, he's fine.
Is he okay?
Duke
Sure.
being a bro knocks on the door at some point. Is like, Valgan, you okay, bud?
Dead.
No reply.
Yeah.
At some point, I'm gonna open the door.
It's locked.
I feel like Lena would just imply.
He cop knock. Duke will. He will do his best Valgan impersonation and try to knock like a cop.
You just hear, "I'm okay, Duke."
Does it sound like Val? Insight check.
god.
John, we need you to roll a
That's a
deception check.
6.
It's Valgood.
All right. I believe it.
So yeah, I was just gonna assume that like Valgan probably had the intent to sign the car.
I sign it for him as best I can.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all small
So-
details. But so, are you feeling a little bit more well rested? I mean, we have questions, but we want to make sure that you feel apt and ready for them.
Absolutely. Lay it on me, one at a time.
All right. Well, the key thing is we have an attack happening on the city in about
Yeah.
4.5 days, and so
Well,
we're
hold
going to be
on.
asking
Okay.
a little bit more questions about that as we prepare for an ancient evil and a really nasty conflict. So, in that regards, I guess they were telling me there was a moment you had this crystal, you put it to a column when opened up things. Where in the
Where?
city? Because
Okay.
we have a lot of columns and a lot of statues. The exact location, because we have the crystal. We just need to know where.
Right. Okay. So, like, in a second, like again, you hear that sort of like mechanical whirring sound and like a receipt as long, maybe not as long as a CVS receipt, but anyway, the coordinates for the column specifically spit out, and I hand that off, and I'm
Right.
like, here's the specific column.
You have a very technical description of where the column,
So,
which specific
Yeah.
column it is. Something that very few people would be able to read other than you.
I love how it's like, yeah, they're longitude and latitudinal, like actual geographic coordinates.
Oh, that's there's a coffee shop there now. Okay, yes, I know where it's at. We'll get donuts too on the way.
I'm like, oh man, that's right. So I don't know how exactly to put this, but maybe if things settle down after this confrontation, if we win, apparently I have a penthouse somewhere hidden, like in the upstairs. Like we could take the lift, maybe. I don't know.
Really?
Just a thought. Yeah.
Here's an extra thought. So we'll take that pin and I'm gonna unpin it from the wall. Why don't we go see it now? Because you might actually have some powered items, something to put in your slot or to power you up.
Oh yeah, you might.
Damn,
have
that's
some,
a good idea.
Real quick, as she says, maybe we can take the lift up the tower. You guys know that there is no lift that goes up the tower. But it is something that she would remember at the time.
Stairs.
So
There was a lift that
Do you
went
know
up,
how to enter this lift?
I can tell you right now. So there's not. There was a lift to the other higher segments, like of Windfall, like that would have been somewhat beneath like the throne, like area. But yeah, it's not there anymore. Now we just have Skin Kid kind of sending us up the dumbwaiter, so to
So this is
speak.
part of for the tower. So the lift that's now there goes down.
Oh,
but
right,
there
right,
used to be a lift inside the upper
Yes.
part of the tower, which you would not be able to take a lift because there isn't one anymore.
Yeah.
Was it like an outside? Like, did you have windows? Did you have like, was it an
Yeah,
exterior?
Another way we
wall
can get in
and
there.
tower?
I mean, you would have seen it. You were in my head.
Did it have?
It was within the center of the windmill, alongside the great pipe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go climb up some great
I think
pipe?
that we should investigate that with perhaps someone who's very good at
was probably really
sneaking, climbing, fast. I don't know anyone who's like that.
Something like that.
Accessing that is not hard. There's lots of places within Windfall, and even Overdrive itself, which has the pipe come straight down. The entire bar is attached to it, as well as like the spinning dance platforms and stuff like that. What has happened within Windfall since Lena was a resident of the upstairs is that instead of a lift, it is now housing most of the mechanisms in which it transfers power to mechanical power to different parts of the windmill, and it's been sort of MacGyvered in many places for that purpose. So it's not really something you can crawl through, if that makes sense. There's just a lot of like big gears and rods and things coming off of it that have been like secured within its vicinity to transfer things outside the.
As soon as I
fine.
hear this, I'm already ordering windmill maintenance, jumping like uniforms for all of us, so that we can go up there with our little buckets. Like, oh, we're just doing maintenance as we're calling it.
Rose, very interested in exploring all of that
that's
shit.
really fun.
All right.
So I got the,
Getting all up in the-
Okay, I'm gonna add a star with some cat ears, so we know that that's first. Okay, cat ears.
Yeah.
All right. Now the next interesting thing, because we're just trying to understand more of you and how much more to bring out more of your potency for this battle. So we understand that you have some said compartment that has something like a different effect for all the different stones. So do you know, perhaps, if you put a fire stone or the ice one, like what effects you have? Like,
Should we find out?
Yeah, on the surface, it does seem like you can just kind of slot one in and out. There's no one in particular that is meant to go in there. So, yeah, I guess
Do you think it's
we
safe?
can test it. I mean, it seems like I have done this before.
exactly. So that's why I'm asking before, now that you have full access to your memory in the Rolodex, you would know. We don't need to test. It's there inside of your brain.
It's true. Although we should probably go outside.
That's a good point.
You can send a message to yourself if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
so I'll
Oh,
recall like the general aspect of each stone and like what it does, any kind of abilities or enhancements it gives me.
So you get a printout. Hey, Lena, what's up? So each stone gives you a different damage type for a particular extra kind of blasty blast. It also allows you to have a burst of movement. Not super often, as it can make you blow up, but if you only do it once a day, you should be fine.
Oh god. Don't blow up.
Got it. All right, so some of the stones I can use to heighten my abilities with the different elements. Another one kind of...
No, all of the stones do the same thing as far as that
Oh,
goes.
okay.
It
Got it.
just changes the damage type of
Okay.
a blasting kind of thing.
Understandable. So I have an elemental shotgun.
Basically.
All right.
More like a rifle, but yeah.
And, before anyone asks anything else, I'm going to inquire myself what would happen if, like, a smaller onyx stone could fit in there. Like, what maybe would I theorize within myself it would do?
Hey, Lena, good question. As far as I know, there aren't any smaller onyx stones able to be created the way we created that one. So, interesting hypothesis. No idea where you'd acquire such a thing.
Okay. Got
Alright.
it.
Now,
So-
I guess the last few questions we had were pertinent people that helped out with the ritual, the stones. We're talking about Melitor, the
Before
two...
we get to that, you were going to go outside to try it. Did you want to still do that?
Well, I was if other people were
I'm
interested.
fucking in. Yes, let's do it.
I didn't want
It's
to
just a
interrupt that.
demonstration if you wouldn't just take my word. I
100%.
suppose.
Right now. Can we try them all? I don't want you to blow up.
If it's only once a day for some
Yeah.
of these, I think we need to save some of her bursts in case something happens.
Yeah, I don't want to have to be put back together again.
Yeah, that was intense.
That is fair.
So,
Part of the message that comes out is they're perfectly safe.
all right, let's do it. So,
Dibs
I
on
guess-
red.
yeah, whichever one you want to see first.
I mean, that is fine. I want to see them all. No, I'm fine. I'm
one do you
a
want?
big fan of, like, put it in a sack and, like, reach in and pull them out.
Oh.
Going to stop touching the table.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
here.
Valgans is spoken for, so
There's 6 now, right?
You use one of your
Because
mini ones?
Valgans is spoken for.
How many are there?
It's 6. So a d6. Just have to decide which number is which.
Now, when she puts it into her, is like a little open compartment, or is it?
Yeah,
like,
there's like a little. It's right there, kind of
So
where
I'm
heart would be.
watching. I want to watch very closely how that's done first off as she's doing this.
Okay.
So I'm analyzing.
It's not suspicious at all.
I was trying to be. I just want an excuse to use some of these little dice. I don't know what to do with it.
You can roll a d6.
shake them
Okay.
up a little.
Oh,
But before you roll that, we have to decide which ones are which.
Which ones do
I was
we
gonna
have?
say whichever one you rolled was gonna be
Which
red.
ones do we have?
I was gonna say.
We have
3 is definitely red.
6.
red.
Definitely red.
Yes.
6 is red.
6
6 is red.
All right, red it is.
Okay, so I take that and I kind of just sort of unhinge this little like flap right here, and like I kind of have to like look awkwardly to like get it in there correctly, like at the right angle, and then just and it kind of settles
So satisfying.
and yeah, very quietly like just slots right into the space, and then I kind of close it back.
Does
and
it
then,
like wind up like a railgun? Does it like?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like the power surges within me.
So yeah, as you do that, a curious familiarity with the feeling that comes next, where you feel like a small. And I would like you to add Heart of a Dragon in your inventory.
Heart of a dragon. Oh man.
So watching the mechanism on how it loads that, and because I can only do minor artificery kind of work that's somewhat functional but not like mega, would we be able to create like a carousel so she could just say like go ice and then it rotates to the blue gem and load it so that she doesn't have to spend actions?
It's a little more involved than that.
Okay.
Especially because of where it's located. The reason why Tolan didn't notice it the first time is it is a little tucked away. So not super easy to do something like that. Plus, there's the inherent fact that the risk to it is in a daily thing, so swapping them out might be a little bit temperamental. Yeah, you can only have one per day.
Okay, so yeah, no carousel then,
Yeah,
or at least
no.
change like nothing like
Well, I'd say you can switch one per day, so you can still have it
I just
slotted.
wonder seriously,
But
go ice.
To roll for that.
I didn't put that on the actual description, but that's part of it.
You can only swap one. You
My
can only
baby
put
would've
one
been
in and out per day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because this is my tiny one.
All right, so
Oh, we
It's
lost
so
it.
super
chunky
tiny.
compared to yours.
They're so tiny. On Eric's finger, it's kind of big.
Tell me about the bunnies. Tell me about the bunnies.
Oh my god, that's so
Get it?
funny.
Ro goes, oh, wait, hold on. And she runs inside really fast. And then comes back out with one of her, like, crafted targets. Okay. She runs over and how far will it shoot?
go until I say stop.
Okay. She puts it over her head and just like runs. Here? More?
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast. Should I
She's
cast
gonna
shield?
hold it.
Don't hold it, put
Protection
it down.
versus elements is great right
No,
now.
that's probably wise. Okay. And she'll set it up. Which one is it? What's on it? What's on the front of it?
don't know.
It's got a turtle face on it.
Got a turtle face on it.
You
There
will
you
now
go.
know the smell of dirt.
The face of the famous bard Ono adorns this piece of wood that you've planted out as a target.
Velvet Night Sky said he's a real dick.
Okay.
Fucking
Well
Ono.
then. All right, so wow, that looks like a turtle I might have seen before. Anyway, so I kind of just like take a stance and like just sort of have everyone like stand back a little bit. I'm like, I don't want any of you to get hit. Trust me. All right, so then I just kind of go 3, 2, 1, and just like punch as hard as I can, just into the air.
Broken.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, you just see this like blast wave kind of like erupt, like not from anywhere like on Lena specifically, but like it just forms almost like, how do I describe it? Like a sonic boom, if you will, just like, and above table it's flavored Eldritch Blast.
Oh, very nice.
You swap the damage type to either force or the current gem's damage.
Yep. And then afterwards, like I saw the
First of all,
saw the results of
Yeah,
it.
Eldritch Blast is multiple blasts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not per level of class.
Right, yeah.
It's per level of you.
Okay. So, yeah, I do one, and then I'm like, woo! So I'm just like, oh my god, that was so exhilarating. And then I like throw one up into the sky. I'm like, yes! And so,
And it goes into the darkness of the Undercity, and then you just see like a little. And then a few seconds later, you hear. As a rock from the ceiling just lands like next to you, doesn't hit anyone.
I'm like,
Your inflatable turned into a rock.
oh shit. My bad. Anyway, you know what? That feels incredible. I want to do it again. Also, above table, I have action surge now. So,
Long rest version.
yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
that's what it gives
I get,
you.
yeah. So I
your
can-
extra boosty. That's so fucking cool.
So now I can have the extra bits. So I'm like, what do we think?
that was badass.
All right, we'll work with it.
So fucking cool.
I'll have to improv.
Suck it, oh no.
Even though I'm bad at that, we'll just go from there.
That's amazing.
You know, Birdie's got wings for it. But you turn into an 86-foot
So-
tall dinosaur.
I'm not gonna leave it slotted into the spot for now, so I pop it open,
Smart.
like take it back out and hand it back,
Thank
and I'm like, I'm good.
Can she take it out?
Yeah, comes right out.
Well, that's a good thing
Is
to
it
know.
smoldering or steamy?
You
Yeah,
definitely,
do I notice like any residual?
you definitely feel a
energy?
little bit lethargic, a little
Okay.
tired
Oh.
after you pull it back out.
Like, it's like running the mile in like 10 seconds. All right. Well, now that show and tell is over,
Sorry, Lena. This is all
No.
new and exciting, but
it absolutely is. I don't think y'all realize just how incredible it is to remember this stuff as much as it might have impressed me the first time.
You don't want to keep it in there?
Not at the moment. I think there's still a lot more to do before I want to like get into the thick of combat, because as the two of you can imagine, there was a lot, and the two of you are about to find out what that lot was. So I'm gonna go on to like explain a little bit about what Duke and Ro experienced along with me, and talk about the dragon temple where I studied to be a monk after my whole like life as a fighter was over, and what I was tasked to do, what
So-
I did.
To clarify, that was after the monk temple part was after you'd already wiped your memory. So,
Right, yeah.
So that was after you had escaped Brexham, basically, shortly after.
Like your new life.
Yeah, so kind of had to start completely over.
so that statue was you.
Yeah.
That
Previous
that was the
me.
first life.
Fucking
Yeah, Lena 1.0, if you will.
The builder, yes.
And it's still there. Dude,
I,
should we be shielding you?
to be honest, I don't know.
I don't know. She's a giant statue and like a goddess or something. And you're just out and about.
I will. Goddess is
more like a
a
hero.
stretch, but
Who's going to come mess with her?
but yeah,
It's true.
the
someone
queens,
foolish.
The queens did appoint me to do work, and I had to deal with the culmination of a new life after that. Now that we know where to go and grab those stones, hopefully I'll be ready for the challenge, both mentally and physically, of coming in contact with that site again in the future, perhaps. And
Well,
then
when that-
also, I have so many questions for the queens if we see them again, because Jesus.
Well, thinking about more of the
I'm
relevance
so
of the
much happening.
situation at hand, what significance of the cleric that you killed? Who was that name? Can we get any more? Like, I want to know if there's an organization or perhaps apprentices we will have to deal with, because since they were the ones that originally held the stones. Mm-hmm. So any pull from your your Rolodex about
Like
that?
from 1,000 years ago?
Yeah, it's like
Yes,
Yeah,
there's
leave all.
ancient crazy orders. I'm immortal, I know. Okay.
Also, Katika, what were you gonna say?
My emotional heart like just kind of bursted a little bit when you're saying whenever you come to that moment, because I just saw my grandma today again for a long time, so I'm just like seeing things from the past like that you weren't really prepared for.
Yeah.
I'm here for whatever you need at that time.
Really appreciate it. And who knows, maybe your grandma knows me. I guess I've been around a lot
I laugh
longer
and then
than
start
I
to think
thought.
about it. I'm like, wait, could that be possible?
Right,
Could be
so
possible your family does.
we shall see.
Bananas.
I had a question. This may be a question that you do or don't want to ask yourself, but it might be how you were made.
Now that I might want to wait to ask myself, because we only have 4 days to get where we need to be to save everyone's skin. No pun intended.
Hey man, that's fair. I was just throwing it out there, right?
As far as the cleric and
Yes.
the organization that they belong to, I'm gonna regrettably have to face Valgan about this, but it's probably his ancestor, half-elf clan.
They were part of your division within the kingdom.
Right. They were in a jungled area, and that's where the stones had originally been set when I took them and slain the half-elf.
Can you perhaps, since it was a cleric and was a faith, do we know which deity, which perhaps you could just ask yourself that question?
Yeah. So I ask other Lena.
Yeah, so you get a spit out answer. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, hey, Lena. It's Lena. You do that.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
In case you didn't know. Yeah, that's Leoban Tor.
On tour.
Originally professed to be more druidic in nature, where her abilities came from communing with the natural order of the universe, is what she told us. You. But it turns out she was part of the cult of Orcus, just like Melancholy.
All right. So
Just like melancholy.
So
Which you remember that's Melisol's son, Melithor's father.
So yeah, I explain that apparently Valgan's ancestor, druid, not cleric, I guess.
Technically ended up being an evil cleric.
Yeah, evil cleric. They worshipped Orcus, and their belief system was, surrounded by the Orcus, and I guess that also puts them in league with Melithor's daddy.
All right. Here's a tough one then. If you guys are, and please, anyone stop me if I'm asking too many questions and you have questions. I've got my own Rolodex of questions, and I just want to make sure.
I don't want to use Lena like an encyclopedia. I feel a little bad.
Yeah.
Oh well, we only have 5 days, 4.5 days until we meet our mate. The end, the one will destroy this town. So since Orcus seems to be such an evil source, it's going to be an influencer of this, and they love the whole hidden cultist thing. Since you were a bit of a hero and a badass back in the day, I'm just thinking.
She still is.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Okay, you still are.
Thanks, Katinka.
I don't know, regardless of age, I'm just saying that was there any family, any influence, any nobles, merchant, even just a dangerous place where they sharpened their knives, where you fought and you conflicted with the Orcus members? So I'm just thinking if they have any lingering things, and they've grown since you went and remade your memory, we should probably keep an eye out for these people are Orcus worshippers.
Do we know anyone that, have we come across anyone?
The only thing is what Duke was told about Melithor from.
Melithor is in league with Orcus.
That's what we had. Okay.
But I'm just trying to think if they had an ancient shrine, any place where she fought with them, anything helps.
I mean, I did skirt around the fight with the Onyx as Delthavos was involved in that conflict. I had other orders, and by that I mean the Queen, plural, sent me off to deal with the stones and whatnot, and kind of did some things.
We know that the Onyx is connected to Orcus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so to give you some information sort of pertinent to what he was asking, the things you can remember about both Leoban and Melancholy are, it was a sudden betrayal.
Okay.
At the exact moment that Melisol was trying to have the ritual go off the way it had been planned was the time that Melancholy struck and caused the city to go into chaos and for the Onyx not to be captured the way it was intended.
Okay.
And Leoban was instrumental in the stone side part of that, where you went to collect the stones, which is where the source of the ritual, sort of the energetic source of the ritual, the generator, if you will, was, and where the onyx stone itself was going to be kept.
Okay. So yeah, I relay this information, and as I do tell them about Melancholy's part in it and the sudden but inevitable betrayal, I also kind of shudder when I think about the fact that not me now, but Lena then just outright with very little remorse, it seems, just killed Valgan's ancestor.
I rolled a natural 1 for bedside manner. I'm like, no, they were cultists. They needed to die.
Just as an above table, I know there's a lot of Venusian information that we could get into or whatever, right? And perhaps that's a better, we could do some off-table stuff so we, get more to whatever else you got planned.
Oh, yeah.
Going on.
This is what I had planned, honestly.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I know there's, other action. I know that you're a GM that likes to, get to the action.
No, so just so you guys know, above table, this map is in case things went way faster than I thought they would. Things are going about the pace I expected, so we're totally on
Cool.
cue. No, today is really about Lena being able to find more information about her own past.
Less of an
yeah.
amnesia
And I don't want to rush that,
anymore.
so I'm totally
Absolutely.
fine. Totally fine. Yeah, whenever it's just in general, I set my own pacing fairly quick, but I never want to make sure. I don't ever want you guys to feel like your pacing needs to be equally quick. If you're doing something for your own story, take your time.
I can't stop thinking about
I
something.
hate to go drama on you guys, but I did do something bad. I rolled a natural 1. So something that hasn't happened at this table in a long time.
Oh shit!
We need a miniature. Oh, I didn't bring it with me. Yeah, so Armand starts to hear voices and cracks his back a little bit. His eyes turn red. His hair shifts to almost whitish grayish, and then
After you say the cultists deserve to die?
yes.
Okay.
And,
Oh, shit.
And then I'm like,
Oh no.
You have to understand, Lena. You need to impale them.
jeez.
So you set a whole pike garden so that the enemies, the cultists, will slowly fall, and then will send a reminder to the other rebellion. You will stop the uprising, and the peasants themselves will remember to stay in line. You were a conqueror, Lena.
And that's where we're gonna end.
Real quick, above table. So Lena was some kind of weird, sort of racist, where she's fleshies suck and robots are superior. You're just classist as hell. Just the peasants.
It is known.
Let them eat
Amazing.
cake.
Thank you guys. This was a really fun session. I really,
Yes.
Lena remembers things.
I lost the debuff of amnesia finally.
Yes.
So cool.
Thank you guys for hanging out and watching and being part of our stream. We definitely love having the comments and the people watching. And you can find our shit on YouTube. And this, including this one, which it might be on YouTube right now. So if that's the case, welcome to YouTube. We also have a donation link.
Yay!
If you want to send me a few bucks for the trouble of running a fucking Twitch stream, which is a lot of work.
It's not a trouble.
It is a lot
of
of
work.
It's a lot of fun.
It's
So
to
thank
keep
you guys.
the fun going.
It's
We'll be back soon. I can't remember if it's next week or not, but probably again this month before.
We should do it. Never mind. I won't tease it. I won't tease it to you.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
next
we
week,
have
we're definitely-
ideas for bringing extra content to the stream too, which we might do very soon.
Keep you posted.
Anyway, we love you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Just
Happy New Year.
#Lena.